Rewind 2021. There was a parade in my city. Number one pick, dancing in the street. Everybody was hitting the grid. Kate arrived in the D, and it was live as can be. They can ball, but we didn't want Green, Mobley, or Scotty B.
No shade.
When he got hurt, everyone lost it. Storylines leaking, no faucet. Caught him wash when he broke his tibia. All the haters, time to get it ready, yeah. Everybody wanna be Skip Bayless. Wanna throw shade, okay, say less. Dudes went number one for a reason. It'll click by the end of the season. When he wins most improved player. Gonna be a movie, here's the trailer. Don't say I didn't try to warn ya. Co-signed by Win Benyama.
Kid Cunningham.
He was raised a Texan, but now he's Detroit flexing. Team USA, he was killing them. Got him effed up, let me quote Eminem. Nowadays, everybody wanna talk like they got something to say, but nothing comes out when they move their lips. That's a bunch of gibberish and money lovers act like they forgot about K. Nowadays, everybody wanna talk like they got something to say, but nothing comes out when they move their lips. That's a bunch of gibberish and money lovers act like they forgot about K.
Forgot about K. They forgot about K. Forgot about. How you forget about K?
Detroit basketball. Woo!
Oh,
Man, oh man. Wow. What a win, man.
yes.
What a win. Okay, everybody. What up, though? Welcome back to another episode of the Downtown Dude Show with the boss. Hope everybody is having a great Monday night. Hopefully you are after that game. Boss, let me know how you are feeling right now.
I already told you I hated everything about that game. It was not the start. So I'm so glad that we pulled it out because I was just angry.
Woo!
I was just
Man.
angry. Everything.
Man, oh man.
But
Before we go ahead.
I was gonna say our physicality just really paid off in the end, and
Yes.
that's the kind of basketball I love. I know the Pistons love, the Pistons
Mhm.
fans love, so
Mhm.
all good
Mhm.
now.
Yeah, much better. The heart rate is approaching normal at this point after that nonsense. So boss, before we get started, did you want to make your PSA? And then we can
yeah,
get into the
guys.
game.
Yeah, so from here until, if you were tuned in the last show, you already know this, but from here until the 1st of January, 50% of all Super Chat proceeds will be going to the Holland Group Foundation, which is Ron Holland's family foundation, just in the spirit of giving. We'll post the link and stuff in the description and captions if you guys want to donate there or just learn about it. But yeah, so and half of your Super Chats tonight and through the next 8 games will go towards that.
Absolutely. So you guys know they've been supporting our city. So y'all know how we do. We support those who support others. So shout out to them for sure. Yeah. We are going to get to tonight's game, guys. I see you guys already in the chat. Make sure you guys hit us, let us know so we can get to you. Organic says they forgot about K. They forgot about K. Y'all saw the intro. I had to open it with K tonight, man, because he balled out. The whole team really played hard and played well, contributed, but he did not want to lose this game, man. You said quote Eminem more. You caught that toward the end of the song? If you caught that, yeah, for sure. You know what it is. All right. But guys, before we get into the nitty gritty of this game, first I want to say, first and foremost, we have a special guest with us tonight.
Woo!
E. Vinny is in the building. Eric Vincent, clutch points rider for the Detroit Pistons. My guy. What is going on, Brody?
Oh, wait a minute. Let's get You know, you're right. I'm on your show, so I'll be fair. What's going on, y'all? I'm feeling good. I'm feeling good. Boss said she didn't like that. I love what I saw tonight. I don't know about y'all. I love what I saw tonight. How are y'all feeling, though? How do people feeling tonight, man? What's up,
I'm like
everybody?
in between y'all. Like, she hated it. You loved it. I won't say I loved it, but I'll say I loked it. I didn't like it. I didn't love it. I loked it. I loked it. It was cool. And the fact that we won this game makes it a whole lot better for sure. So let's go ahead and get into it, guys, and we'll break all this down. So, guys, the Pistons beat the refs and the Celtics tonight, 112-105, on the road to improve to an East best 21-5 on the regular season. The Pistons, guys, the Celtics, as you guys know, snapped the Pistons' 13-game win streak a couple weeks ago. And tonight, the Pistons did not seem to forget that. So, guys, yeah, we are going to get into this game in full. Eric, appreciate you joining us as always. Even my brother.
course.
We got a lot to get. I had a feeling you was gonna hit me up. He texted me right before we started, like, "Hey man, let me in. I got a lot to say. Let's talk about it." I was like, "Hey, come on, let's do it."
I'm feeling good. I gotta get some
You warmed up?
off my chest. I
You warmed
gotta
up?
go crazy.
Got the stretch out and everything.
No better place to do it than with y'all, man. Let's get to it.
I appreciate that, my brother, and we love to have you, man. All right, so let's get to it. Let's get to some initial thoughts, man. I'm gonna let you guys tee it off, and I'll let you guys know what some of mine were. Eric, you are the guest, man. Let me know some of your initial thoughts before we get too deep into the box scores.
Man, it definitely was a game. It seemed like the refs were trying to sway some favor. It looked like,
Bruh.
I didn't understand the challenges that were overturned and went in their direction at all. I don't know what they saw in that Karis LeVert shot where he was smacked on his hand, on his wrist, in his face, on his elbow, and they said, nah. Boston basketball. I don't know what was happening with that.
Real quick, the fact that he even had the audacity to say, review it? Like, what?
Yeah.
And then George even said, he's like, man, this is taking a long time with this review. We're like, we're thinking the same thing. George's like, let's get this over with. Let's keep this game moving.
Man, oh my God.
But you know what? In the midst of all of it, and again, you talking about you didn't love it. That's why I loved it. Because it was ugly.
Okay.
And despite all that they tried to throw at him, the Pistons responded to all the adversity thrown their way. It wasn't a beautiful game, but they neutralized a lot of what the Celtics do the best. They ran them off the three-point line. I think the first quarter they knocked down, 5 of like 15 threes. For the rest of the game, I think they made like 2 or 3, maybe 4 at the most. They were horrible for the three the rest of the game. So
that's right.
I like seeing them, force them to drive. Even the tough shots they were making, like there were a lot of shots that specifically Jaden Ivey was forcing.
Man,
a lot of floaters that they put up,
and
they somehow managed to just knock them down. I'm like, hey, you live with that. Good defense, better offense, you'll live with it.
Absolutely.
And a lot of what they saw and what they made happen, it still ended up in a victorious fashion. They showed up and played good basketball, good complimentary ball again. And of course, the highlight of the day.
We're going to get to that.
Oh, okay.
No, go ahead. You can say it. You can say it. Go ahead.
I'm going to say, I got a little salute for him because he deserves a lot more respect. And for his nickname, my dog, woo! Dunking on Derek White. Oh,
hey, look. This is the funny part.
Heavenly spot.
Sean said I was going to call out Vinny if he lost to D. White. Hey, you can't do that now, bro. Hey,
no, please.
Sean, I need you to give me some love now, low key.
In the words of Kanye West, because people were saying that on my broadcast on Live on Assist, what are you going to say if Derek White didn't win? I guess we'll never know, will we?
By the way,
what a fun game.
Shameless plug for you. Let everybody know what you're doing and where you're doing it at so that way we can follow you when you're not covering the home games, bro, real quick.
Yes. So, yes, I'm a beat reporter for the team, but I don't travel with the team for away games. So I'm actually broadcasting and streaming every road game with the Pistons on liveonassist.com.
Check it out.
Liveonassist.com. It's on my Twitter. You can follow me at I am Eric Vincent. We had a pretty good number of people in there, man. It was a really good time.
Okay.
I'm gonna bring you some people with me as well. I need y'all on there with me for the show for sure. So
for sure.
It was a really good time. If y'all lock in with me, next game is on Thursday. I'll be back on again, liveonassist.com. Rock out for an away game with your boy. It's gonna be a good time.
There will be a link in the description of this video, so make sure you guys go check him out and check that out. I got to check it out too, because I was taking notes during the game, but I couldn't really follow, but I'm like, man, I got to check this out, bro. So
I'm going to send you my highlight from the Derek White
do that.
jam party. I got one for you right here.
That might go viral low key, so I'm going to check that out for sure.
So far, so good. It's going pretty good right now. So add on to it. Help out your boy, please.
Yeah, man. Tell a friend. Y'all know how you say. All right, for sure. Vulture says, I love the energy. Hey, energy is the vibes is great tonight. The vibes are immaculate in this episode for sure because of how it played out, despite the things that Eric just mentioned. So we're gonna get to that for sure. So, boss, let me know some of your initial thoughts, and then I'll come to you guys with mine.
Yeah, I mean, I already said it already. I did not like this game, but I got frustrated with the refs early. I had to convince Deuce to get frustrated with the refs.
She did.
Once Cade got his technical, I was like, see?
Yep.
Because
You're right.
I was talking about what I was seeing. And, and I had to do the national broadcast, guys. When it's on national TV, I don't get to see League Pass. So I had the national broadcast team instead of Blaha, which was kind of nice. They gave the Pistons a lot of props and everything, which was cool. But, the refs, they let them play. But the problem with let them play ball is then the refs get to – it's all very subjective of what they do call after that.
They let them play.
That was frustrating. The one that comes to mind for me most was like, there were a lot, but the consistency one was Ron getting bodied by Jaylen Brown.
Man.
And then no whistle, but then on a loose ball, Ivy bumps into Walsh and
Right.
it's a whistle. That,
Yeah.
So like that's where I was just not loving it.
Agreed.
But I love the physicality. I knew that we would win the physicality game. We caused a lot of air balls from Pritchard, from White.
Mhm.
That was nice. Jalen Brown getting his free throws. We're definitely in their
Yeah.
head. Stu was cracking me up. Like he got that technical, but I don't know if you guys got the same angle I did. But after the second kind of skirmish they had, he went over to the bench and was like yelling at Cade. Like he was like for Cade to pump him up. Like they were pumping each other up.
So
yelling at each other.
okay. Go ahead, finish. Go finish.
Yeah. But so I just like know that after that he was just in it, and I love that he had a block on Brown. There's just a lot of defense I love tonight, and then of course the national broadcasters were saying smooth operator after Cade's.
It's becoming a thing now.
So it was fun, and they just thought it was really pretty, and just to get that respect, I feel like they were respecting us more than Boston. All they could give for was wow, they gave us props for our physicality, our defense, our ball movement, all
Love
that.
it.
So yeah, and the zone kind of scared me, but we broke it. We came out on top like I knew we should. I think that's why I was angry. I was like, we were playing, especially in the first, we played down to their level. We were shooting, we shouldn't be shooting. Like we were trying to match their game. But eventually we got on our own. So I mean, I'm just thrilled again that we won and by 7, which is clutch. So
on the road. It's not easy to win in Boston, man. And they've been playing well lately. They were 10-3 coming into tonight's game.
In Boston too. A home game in Boston is tough.
Yeah, for sure.
This is their first win in Boston, I think, since 2022. I think February, actually.
Wow.
They
Okay.
played up on the broadcast. This is huge.
Nice.
It was not, as we've said. It wasn't. We had to play through the Celtics and the refs.
Right. Exactly. Career Pistons fan. What's going on, time? The Pistons won again.
Yeah.
Shout out G-Mac Cash. Hey, I want to come back to my dog, Dominic, always showing love, man. What's going on, bro? Dominic says, good dub. K cooking White to ice the game. And woo, dunk had me waking up the neighbors. I bet the neighbors know your name. Anyway, says, love Asar, but 1 for 7 at the line is unacceptable. Yeah. But on to the next and keep it real. It wasn't pretty, man. Go ahead, boss.
No, it was just tough, the free throws. I mentioned that to you too. Like I'm loving Asar's aggressiveness to get to the basket.
Yeah.
He was like the only one getting calls at the rim, and it was just the last person I wanted to get calls.
Exactly. Exactly.
He went out there and then especially in the fourth, he just stayed aggressive. And we'll get into it more when we get to the top score. But
Facts. Sean says, smooth operator. Dudes could have sung that better. Smooth operator. You already know. It's good to hear that he's kind of getting more notoriety, though, with these national games. We haven't had this many in I don't know how long, so it's good that he's starting to get more attention for sure, at least from the media. The refs, not so much. But anyway, go ahead.
I will just say last thing, as right before I set up, I caught a little bit of his interview with the national media. And they just talked about his nickname, Smooth Operator, and how he comes through in the fourth. And he just said that he just loves the game and loves to play. And this is what he loves to play. Like,
you already know.
This is just me playing my kind of basketball. This is what I like to do.
So look, this is what I saw, man. This was a game of identity. Straight up. Like, who can exert their style of play on the other team more? We know the Pistons like to run, turn you over, get out in transition. And the Celtics, they do a good job of taking care of the basketball for the most part. They don't really hurt themselves a lot, right? They like to overwhelm me with the 3 bombs, obviously. And they make, like, the game plan you could see was to make the Pistons take the ball out of the basket so they can't run. Right? And they did hit first in this game. We started off well, but then they kind of got into a little lather. They got hot again from 3 early in this game. They were like shooting 40% from 3, I think. 45% in the first quarter alone from 3, like 60% overall, which was crazy. So they know we like to run, and they made sure they didn't turn the ball over, and we couldn't get out in transition. But because they knocked down those shots, that forced the Pistons into that half-court offense, and that's what made things tough early. And they deployed that zone that Boss talked about, and the Pistons really didn't do a good job attacking that early. But second quarter, and I was thinking, like, they're not going to be this hot all game. They made 20 last game. But I was like, they can't. There's no way. This is a numbers game. And eventually they cooled off. They cooled off for the rest of the game, really. They were like 2 for 13 in the second quarter from 3. And that's what allowed the Pistons to get out in transition and tie the game up and get it even again. But they were only down, I think, 4 at the break. So you could see they kind of weathered the storm a little bit after that barrage early, which I thought was a good sign that we maybe had a chance to steal this game. But I don't know about you guys. Let me know what you guys think. I don't know what happened, but to me, it seemed like after that double tech on Stu and Jalen Brown, things started to change. it seemed like the intensity defensively started to pick up for the Pistons. Like they started to just get after it more. It was almost like they were like, okay, we're not losing this game now. We're not losing. I want to give them credit. They could let this game get away. When they were up, when they were down like 12, 13 early second quarter, it could have got away quickly. On the road, a lot of emotions, real chippy, but they weathered the storm. They took punches, but they actually responded with their own and showed some chin a little bit. So I thought that was really big on their part. A lot of growth from a young team. What do y'all guys think about that?
Yeah, I agree. Go ahead.
Yeah, no,
Go ahead, E.
yeah, I agree 100%. I think it was there were a lot of moments where they kind of changed up some of their defensive philosophies. Like they were really cued in on running Boston off the line. And after they were able to do that, the only problem that they were really having was just guarding with their hands. And as the game went on, they stopped doing that.
Good
and
point.
I think it took a little bit of Stu's physicality for them to realize, hey, we can lock in with this team. We just can't give them any of our momentum. And I think they did a really good job of slowing that down. The Karis LeVert rip up to get an open, easy dunk. I mean, obviously the dunk by Wu to just kind of like swing a lot of the play for what they did. It was a lot of good things that they did to show that they were ready for this game and they weren't going to make the same mistakes that they did last time. So yeah, it was a really good job of correcting a lot of the errors that they made last time. Even if it wasn't pretty in a lot of the spots, they still keyed in on the most important parts, which helped them get this victory tonight.
Great point. I definitely agree. Real TV says, heck of a game. We're battle tested in crunch time, but I'd love to see us put these teams away and save the dramatic. I don't feel like this was really a game we could have just blew them out.
Yeah,
I thought they had a good game plan. I felt like it was going to be kind of like nip and tuck the whole way, especially after they weathered that storm. Boston's a good team, man. Like they're a well-coached team. And once I saw the refs, being that 13th player or 12th, what is it, 13 on the field? 12 on the field when they say the ref is a 13th player? 12th man, my bad. 12th man, when they say, like, it felt like that. Yeah. And so when that happened, I'm like, yeah, this is going to be a grit and grind game. We're going to have to fight and take this one for sure. So appreciate you as always, Juan. Yeah, the rest of garbage. Yeah, it was terrible. It was bad. It was bad, man. So guys, let's go ahead and get to some individual box scores and see how this game played out even a little bit deeper. Let's start with Cade. 32 points tonight, guys. 11 for 21 overall, 6 for 10 from 3, 4 for 4 from the free throw line, 4 boards, 10 assists, 3 turnovers, a good ratio again, 1 steal in 35 minutes. So, boss, I'll let you take off first. What did you see from Deuce tonight?
Just everything good. Everything that we know Cade can do. Even his 5 fouls were a little, like some of them, again, were a little touchy.
Yep.
But he doesn't usually get into foul trouble. And when he does, he cleans it up well. I wasn't worried about that. His 6 of 10, I think that's a career high in threes.
I think he has 7, didn't he? I think his career high 7.
Oh, in a
for
game?
threes. Yeah, I think so. Either way, he approached it. I think it is 7 though. You guys can correct me if I'm wrong in the chat. Let me know. But go ahead, boss.
But yeah, so I mean, he was hitting from threes, which is something we needed against a team like this. And yeah, just the 32 points, 10 assists. Like he just shares the ball so well. He had that clutch steal after checking in the 4th on Brown. He was, knocking down threes. He just played Cade ball tonight, he just played Cade ball. And Cade ball is, either he did both tonight. He scored and assisted, but even high assist to low scoring or high scoring to low assist is still his game. So I loved it. We needed him tonight. And
absolutely.
Especially after he got really, you don't want to make Cade angry. And we talked about it earlier, like the text with he doesn't get technical fouls. And when he does, it's for the same reason that he's not getting calls and he's frustrated because he's our star, like Jaylen Brown's their star. If Jaylen Brown can put his shoulder down and run into you and get the calls, and so should Cade. Right. But so after that, he just really just popped off and he wanted to win. And they fed off of it again, like how Stu went to him to talk. He was on the hyping Ivy up. He was hyping Ron up. But he's just such a team guy.
Mm-hmm. The incapable Hulk.
Yeah.
They made him mad, and he started going to work. Smooth operator Thugway says Cunningham VP. I like that one. That's actually dope. Cunningham VP. I mess with that. All right, go ahead, E. What did you see from Cade, bro?
Cade must have been listening to my broadcast because I said at the top.
What you say?
Cade unlocks his 3-point shot because I was kind of, keying up on a few things. I'm like, listen, I don't know what has happened to him from college to now, but the 3-point shot is just frustrating to see him kind of go on and off because it always seems like he'll hit the first one he takes and then he kind of just goes cold. He was just revving it up and going. And then towards the end of the game where he wasn't looking for the 3, he was able to get everything else that he wanted. Getting to the line, that midi was unstoppable per usual. And he was really aggressive in hunting that out and finding it. And yeah, 7 is his career high. But 6 is fantastic for how he played and they needed it. There were some layups that he was missing, but when you're knocking down that triple, that kind of offsets it, and I'm not going to kill or be upset about that.
Right.
Yeah, he was fantastic. I liked some of the defense that he played, even though he was fouling. Again, he was somebody else that kind of gets a little bit jarring where, he's defending with his hands a little bit too much, but he always has found a way to kind of toe the line of if he's high in foul trouble, he'll stay there, but he doesn't foul out a whole lot. And I do like that about his game a lot. So for him to go band for band with Jaylen Brown, who had a really good game tonight, this was a huge night that was needed by Cade, because a good point of it, he was the only one in double figures until like the fourth quarter where Tobias started cooking a little bit for him. So this is a huge performance from Cade, one of my favorites that he's had of the season thus far. The Pistons needed a big performance from him, and he gave it to him.
That's right, man, for sure. How does he have 5 fouls and only shoots 4 free throws?
Yeah,
I know he had some bad ones. He had the reach around one, the low percentage steal when he tried to go for it. He had some. I think some of those are because he was tired, to be honest. But you're right. He has to be a little better with that, But still, 4 free throws, bro. As much as he was attacking the rim, he's got 4 free throws and he's got 5 fouls.
Right.
That guys goes to what Eric was saying as to why he liked this game so much. That's a microcosm. That is the epitome of what Eric is saying. Everything working against them, they still find a way to get it done. Go ahead, boss.
Yeah, just like what Eric said too about missing some layups. Some of those were to get the foul calls that Brown was on the other end.
Right.
So, and not that he ever seeks them out, but he's like, well, if this guy can drive and get the basket and one, so can I. But he wasn't. So that's usually when he's not, I wouldn't say foul baiting, but he's foul seeking.
Yeah. And it's crazy. He didn't shoot his first free throw till midway through the third quarter, boss.
That's why he was so mad. He was mad like me.
Man. Yeah. So you could see like he didn't want to lose this game tonight. The way he was playing with intention in that fourth quarter, you could see they go in the little run, timeout. He come out of the run. He come out of the timeout, 3-ball. Like he was just trying to make sure he was stopping any momentum they were trying to get from their home crowd to win this game. And I thought he did a really good job in the clutch. But yeah, like Eric said, he had it all going, man. Despite not getting the whistle, he just had it all going. But like as far as the foul calls, man, you guys probably saw it. There was a play in the third quarter where off the screen, Jaylen Brown literally grabs his arm as Cade is about to shoot. The ref is on top of it. Cade clanks it because he got fouled and they called nothing.
Yep.
That's crazy. Like, how do you not? You're right on top of the play, bro.
Every time Cade and them tried to break away with the ball too on steals, they were grabbing, slowing them down.
Every time, you're right.
There were getting clear pass fouls called. And luckily, in some of those instances, fine. Don't call it because it gives us an open path to the basket. But other times, like, our guys fell to the ground or something, then I'd be frustrated. I
also felt like he dealt with Boston's pressure well, though. It seemed like wherever the defense would come from, he would make the right pass routinely. Especially in the first half, he was just finding guys, whether it was Duncan, whether it was Tobias. He was just getting to a spot, drawing the defense in and making the right play over and over again. 10 assists to 3 turnovers, man. That's pretty good. That's better than the 3-to-1 ratio. So you definitely would take that. But I also like too, guys, how early in this game, like Eric mentioned it, like he was looking to get guys involved, but he balanced that well with staying aggressive with his own offense. Mm-hmm. It wasn't where he was just picking the spots, and he was forcing the issue early. And I thought they needed that to get off to a good start in this game for sure. And he should have had a 4-point play as well. You guys might have mentioned that already. He got hit in the elbow on that 3. Yeah, they didn't call that one either. Yeah. Mm-hmm. And that should have been a 4-point play. So despite him not getting the whistle, man, he still carried this team and led this team to a really important win. So I want to give him a lot of credit for how he played from start to finish.
Yeah,
I just can't help but wonder again. People were mentioning it during the broadcast the whole time. If Cade had the whistle that a Brunson got, that a SGA got, Cade would be averaging 45 a game.
Yes, that a Brown got.
That's crazy. Like he would just be, because again, he's not. It's important that people, because I saw a little bit of it too. Cade is starting to do like some of that head whipping and all that.
I did too.
But for the most part, it's not foul. To me, foul baiting is an unnatural reaction to contact. Cade doesn't do that. He's seeking contact, and that's fine, but it's not unnatural when he does it. And I have no problem with him kind of initiating that when he's got the ball.
It's the difference between foul baiting and foul selling.
Yeah.
Like if there is a foul, he'll let you know, hey, don't miss this. Right. But he's not going to say, hey, can I get a foul on this?
Right.
So like you're saying, it's a different level of what he's doing. But it's crazy because he didn't even used to do the foul selling.
No.
He's so old school. He was just trying to play through it. Go ahead.
Right. And a lot of the guys that do the foul baiting, they actually are initiating the majority of the contact. If you watch SGA, he's pushing with his off arm constantly. Jaylen Brown does a lot of that too. He had an off arm trigger all night long, and they didn't call any of it. Cade, he used to have a little problem with that, but he's been better without using an off arm lately. And now he's just running in and saying, all right, y'all gonna call it or not. Either way, I'm gonna go get mine. So I like the way Cade has been playing. And again, if one day he does get that whistle, just watch out because it'll be over for the league.
It's a fact.
We know that the whistle is a thing. The national commentators, I was telling Deuce about it, spent 4 minutes talking about how skilled the Boston Celtics are at drawing fouls and how it's a skill in this league to get the whistle. So they acknowledge it. So that it does exist. And so it's just like, again, and that we saw, like, I could think of the play where Cade did whip his head back and he got the call. I was on the rookie, Shireman. Yeah. Who Cade was just running all over. But, so it's like the foul call is relevant. It's not necessarily blaming the refs, but it is relevant when even the commentators are saying, like, look at this skill.
Yeah.
And you got a guy over here who's not trying to draw fouls, and because he doesn't be dramatic about it or sell it, he's not getting them. That's ridiculous.
Yep. So despite that, he still was able to get the job done and lead this team to a big win. All right, guys, let's move on. Let's go to Duncan Robinson. Tonight, guys, Duncan Robinson had 7 points on 2 of 4 shooting, 1 of 3 from 3, 2 of 2 from the free throw line, 2 boards, 2 assists, 1 turnover in 26 minutes. Vinny, I'll let you take off first. What did you see from D-Rob tonight?
He was quiet tonight, but I'm not going to be too upset because he's been playing really good basketball over the past month and a half. And honestly, I don't mind it. I don't mind nights like this where if he may not have his shot or he's not getting a lot of looks, cool. He's not forcing it either because those are just as good as a turnover. So I didn't mind him just kind of holding it up and waiting. There were a lot of moments where, Boston would load up with the zone and they would still close out because they know priority 1 or 2 is stop Cade and make sure Duncan doesn't get open for a 3. So I like that if he didn't have it, he wasn't, jacking it up right away. The Pistons had, THJR last year or Malik last season where they would just let it fly regardless. They didn't care who was in front of them. And 9 times out of 10, they were knocking them down. They played really good last year for the Pistons. But Duncan seems a lot more patient with his shot. He did make some plays defensively again as well. And I didn't mind that, again, when you're not giving too much offensively. So, again, I like that the Pistons, really this goes for all of them, whether it's Cade, guys off the bench, starters, it doesn't matter. They all play within the flow of the offense. It's no Jalen Greens on the team of, I got to go get mine and try to get my rhythm going. Like, they'll say, I'll get it when it's time. You got it. You got it, bro. Here, you got it for now. So I love the way they just have that kind of synergy within them. And I like how Duncan wasn't really forcing. It was more focused on his defensive effort. So I thought that was important for him. So good for Duncan.
Boss, what'd you see?
He didn't get a lot of the shots. He didn't get open really for them. I think my only question would be like, why not, if he's not getting the shots and you can see Jaylen Brown seeking him out as a defender, then why not put in another defender? Like, I think, Jenkins only played 3 minutes today. If Javonte had more minutes, I don't know. For me, that was I have no complaints against the way Duncan played, but I just think if you're not getting going on offense, then why are you playing 26 minutes when we have these other defenders that would give Jaylen Brown a harder time? But his effort is there. Nothing against his effort. It's nothing against that. But, again, that was my issue early in the season. But 26 minutes is different than 32,
Right.
But he just couldn't get it going offensively. He had those clutch free throws at the end of the game, which helped us. I guess that's my only thing is if he's there to shoot, he's not getting a shot, and you're seeing him being sought out on purpose intentionally because they know that they can, draw fouls on him or get the shot over him. I don't know. That's my thing, but
y'all got me feeling like I'm about to be real mean right now. I just felt like he really was I feel like the defense struggled mightily with him in the game tonight. The Pistons, especially early in this game, were not able to get out in transition because they kept taking the ball out of the hoop. And a lot of that was because of him just not being able to stop Jaylen Brown at all. Like he just you could see they would run 3 or 4 screens just to get Jaylen Brown switched or to get Duncan switched on to Jaylen Brown. like over and over and over again. We saw later on, like Boss mentioned, when we had different guys on him, they went away from that and he struggled. So I'm not going to be negative about him tonight, but I've said this before. I do think at some point they are going to make a change at shooting guard because of the lack of two-way play that I think he can consistently provide. I think this is a bad matchup for him anyway. Like having wings like Jaylen Brown and especially when Tatum, if he comes back, that's going to be really tough on Duncan Robinson. I think having more athletic guys, stronger guys, faster guys who can strap up and stay in front of their man is going to help them a lot. And that's why I think at some point we're going to see a switch in the starting lineup because of that. But other than that, I thought he played okay. He tried.
Right.
You saw him getting upset when they would call fouls on him. When he was trying. It wasn't even about the effort. I just think sometimes he kind of compromises the defense because of his ability to be able to guard. What do you think, E? I see you over there.
Yeah, I think this was a game where they could have unlocked Ivy a little bit more. I'm not mad that they
I was trying to say it, but go ahead.
Yeah. I'm okay with them keeping him on the bench because I think this is one of the best games he played. But I agree with you 100%. I think Ivy was really good on offense. We're going to get to him in a minute, but I think his defensive effort is where they're going to maybe reconsider that because you can't hunt him out anymore. Ivy built like a running back now, and he's staying in front of his guys in very impressive fashion. So as long as he's not lolling off and allowing open shots, like again, a lot of shots that they got off on him, he was contesting with a hand in the face every single time. So yeah, I wouldn't be surprised if it comes soon too because I think he's really ramping up, and I think he's improving in certain areas too, even if his explosiveness isn't all the way there yet.
Right. Yeah. So we'll get to him more, but that's a great point. We're going to get to that for sure. Yeah. All right, guys, let's move it on to Asar Thompson. Asar Tasmanian Thompson had 7 points tonight on 3 for 6 shooting, 1 for 7 from the free throw line, 6 boards, 2 turnovers in 23 minutes. So E, I'll come to you first, bro. What did you see from Asar tonight in this game?
These are the nights that frustrate me about Asar. And I'm not gonna lie, like I'm gonna let loose a little bit because
talk about it.
I don't like a lot of the view and reactions that I see from certain Piston fans about other players, and they allow a lot of grace for other guys. And Asar is one of those dudes that kind of bothers me.
I agree.
We talk about it all the time.
Yep.
Your starting three cannot be. He came into the night shooting 59% from the free throw line. 1 of 7 is not acceptable, bro. It's not in any way, shape, or form.
Real quick, what you always say is wings should shoot at least 70%.
Minimum.
Nothing less.
Minimum.
Continue.
Or not minimum, excuse me. Yeah, that's the bar for sure.
That's the bar.
But yeah, I didn't like the way he played at all today. I think there was in the fourth quarter, I think, before they brought Wu back in, he had the ball like on the edge and he had a foot in the paint. And he had a look to go up and maybe draw some contact. And it seems like too many times when he's driving, he's looking to pass or kick to somebody else. One of the things that we love about Asar, obviously, is his defense. But outside of that, the athleticism, the speed, the strength, his wingspan. If you can't use that offensively, then what good is any of that? Like, I don't like that about his game. I need to see him, again, even if you're missing the free throws, fine. You're at least drawing contact. You're being aggressive. You're frustrating the defense. I can live with that. And again, you're showing what dynamic you can bring by driving with that kind of athletic prowess. And he was not given that at all today. I was really frustrated watching his game. And again, it's just based on a lot of what I hear from other people surrounding some Piston players. And I think people give Asar a lot of grace. And that point right there, if you put that back up on the screen, if other teams start doing that, that's going to be a problem.
I know.
Y'all can't keep hiding Asar's offensive game like it's no big deal. That's a problem. Your starting three cannot be shooting 1 of 7 Ben Wallace numbers from the free throw line. That's unacceptable. It's completely unacceptable. Asar's got to play better than he did tonight.
I agree, man, because there were some times when he'd get the offensive board and he would see defenders there and he would be kind of like afraid almost to go up because he didn't want to go to the line. So I
hated that. Yes, I
You're right.
stand seeing that.
You're not wrong. You're not wrong, bro. Go ahead, boss.
Yeah, I mean, what I've been talking about Asar the last 4 or 5 games is that his confidence has been showing on the court, and it wasn't there tonight. Like Eric said, like he would go there and his decision wasn't clear. He would hesitate on passing. He didn't know whether to go up or not, and he was the main ball handler when Cade went out, and he has no assists. So you're not scoring and you're not assisting either. Like what, so that's just where I'm at. It's like, if you're going to be the main ball handler too, like you got to make the plays. But his defense, I will give him that. I think he did, good on defense, got up there for the boards. I saw some effort from him in the third that I appreciated, but yeah, it just wasn't one of his better games. And some of the shots, like 3 for 6 isn't bad, but some of those shots were simple. Like someone mentioned in the comments, like just 2-hand dunk it. Like you have it. Yes. His first shot of the game that he made, he like jumped over. He was flat footed and made his leap and jumped over like Keita and Walsh.
Yeah.
And like he jumps high. Like you can get it off over these guys. You really can. So it's just about completing it. For me, it was just the lack of confidence that I've seen from him lately. Like that's what I've been raving about him the past 2 games. Like he just looks intentional. He looks like it's his game out there. So, I just, not his best game, but I think he did put up a good, he was pretty good on the perimeter, I would say. But that's about it. And he didn't whip up any threes.
Yeah.
Good job, Asar.
You do a great job of finding the positives. I really give you a lot of credit, boss. You are really graceful when it comes to that. Guys,
and I gotta be a little nice.
Vinny is hot. Like as he's talking to you guys, my phone is going off, and I'm seeing tweets about him talking about the same exact. Like, bro, how are you multitasking? You talking to the chat and you talking to Twitter. But
I was letting it off.
I mean, y'all covered most of the points I had, man. I say it all the time as far as his shot. It's just something that the Pistons are just going to have to live with. Every player progresses differently when it comes to the shot. You look at a guy like Ron Holland, who's working along with Asar. Looks like Ron's coming along a lot quicker, a lot better with his jump shot. I think he's just more of a natural shooter of the basketball anyway. And that's probably a big part of why. He did some good things. He moved pretty solidly off in the half court when it was there. Had a nice and one off a cut. Right when Kay found him for a finish, I thought that was nice. But you're right. We can't ignore that, bro. Like that's one thing that always stuck with me. You always said for wings they can't shoot below 70%. That is the minimum. So we could have lost this game. That could have been a big reason why. It's just knock down half of those. We got a bigger cushion, and it doesn't come down to the end. So I think that's a really good point that you make. Somebody pointed out that Amin shoots 81% from the line. I did not know that.
He does?
That's what somebody in the chat said. I haven't verified it yet. You guys can verify that. Yeah, I'm trying to find it here, but somebody says he's
playing yoga tonight. I almost ditched you guys to go watch, but I didn't.
You weren't going nowhere, man. Not after this game. If they'd have lost, I'd be like, all right, go ahead, do what you do. But not after a win. Yeah. Marco says Amin Thompson shoots 81% from the free throw line. He has a killer instinct too. Sorry, does not. If you guys can, does he really?
He does. Yep. 80.9 on 4.5 attempts. That's
like if he's shooting 70%, this is a different conversation.
Yeah.
But you can't it's become a thing now. You're right. Like it's not just one bad game. He's had multiple games that I can recall where he's missed both free throws at least once.
Yeah.
Going to the stripe, right? Multiple games. And you just can't and one of those plays tonight was off of Jaden Ivey steal, where I think he picked Pritchard's pocket or Derek White's pocket clean. And Stark got the ball, he just couldn't finish it. And he got to the line and he just empty possession. You can't have that.
It would be different too if it was and ones. Like if he was finishing.
Right. Because then you're right. At least you're getting something out of it. Right.
I thought he had one too. He had a putback, I think, in the third quarter, and they called a foul on the putback he had prior that he missed. Yep. And I thought he had it on that and one. I'm like, okay, cool, way to go, Asar. Yep. And they took that off the board. I'm like, wait a minute, but that's got to be cleaned up. And again, if I wasn't hearing all the stuff that we heard all off season, I'd be way more calm on this subject. But when y'all was calling for so many other people to be thrown off of this team and you give so much grace for other players, that's when it makes me upset. It's like, they're young players. They can grow, no problem. But people have been calling him, he's already a max player. He's already this. He's already – we don't know that yet. Let's give some grace. Especially when these kind of areas are so glaringly bad. That's not acceptable, bro. I don't ever want to see him shoot that bad from the free throw line again.
Man, let Jaden Ivey shoot 1 for 7 for one game.
What? Bro, it would be pitchforks outside LCA if he ever did that, dog.
Facts.
Oh, my goodness.
Can't pick favorites, man. We got to be biased with it. You know what I'm saying? That's all we're saying is that we just got to be honest about it across the board. We all have our favorites. I got my favorites. But you guys have credited us for saying, hey, we appreciate you saying that they had a bad game, even though you like that player. So you gotta keep it a stack. It's not about being right or wrong anyway. It's about, how is this team performing straight up and just being honest about it. So
Yep.
that's what we got to do. So I think, Eric, I appreciate your comments because I think everything you said was fair. It's not even like you were going at him. You were just talking about what you saw and what happened in this game. So it is what it is, right?
That's
so
his film. That's what he put on film tonight.
right. And we want him to succeed, guys, by the way. We want all these guys to succeed. But at the same time, it's frustrating when you see so much ability and there's just like these lapses or these areas of weakness that need to be addressed. And when people aren't addressing them, somebody has to. And that's why Evening's here to help us, right? So y'all know what it is, man. So we'll leave it there with him. Let's go ahead, guys, and move on to Uncle T in this game. Tobias Harris, 13 points, guys, on 4 for 11 shooting, 0 for 5 from 3. Yikes. 5 for 6 from the free throw line. 7 boards, 3 assists in 31 minutes. Boss, I'm coming to you. What did you see from Uncle T tonight?
They seem to run the play for him to be our first scorer every game.
Every half.
He always scores first, and he scored first in the second half as well. I didn't love all the threes. I feel like if you go 0 for 3, like Tobias, you don't need to be taking those. But he did have some open looks, and that's why he had open looks, was because they let him 3. I'm not mad about his game today. I think he did really well. Overall, I think it was just this is a good stat line for Tobias.
Yeah, very Tobias-like.
Yeah, and I don't really have any notes about him either. He didn't make anything exceptional, but he held it down. I think we definitely needed his presence on the court a few times. He had that. He pulled the Jaylen Brown on Jaylen Brown with that pump fake.
Caught him in the air. Yeah, for sure. I don't have much either. So E, I'm going to come to you. What did you see from Tobias Harris tonight?
This was kind of those games that I'd be talking about with Tobias. You're not going to get a whole lot volume-wise from him, but he is going to make buckets. And like that off arm that he had, and I think he put up a floater, I think in the fourth quarter, I was shocked they let that slide. But that was a huge bucket for him because I think it put the Pistons up, I think it was like 9 or 10 points at one point. They needed that bucket. So like he's able to at certain points, because he can be a little inconsistent with his shooting and his scoring. But a lot of times when the Pistons need a bucket the most and Cade is getting double teamed and blitz and you have a bunch of other non-shooters around, he's one of the guys that's able to kind of step up when they need it. So again, it wasn't a game that blew you away from Tobias, but it was steady. Again, I hold my breath every single time he's in a fast break set. Because one where he dunked in, I think one where he just like lost the ball or got stripped. I wanted to text you about a certain player you've been talking about lately. That we'll get into that later.
If we have no time, we'll get to that. But I was thinking the same thing.
I was fantasy booking it in my head the whole way, bro.
Everybody in the chat, make your guesses. Make your guesses.
Who do you think we're talking about?
Right. I'm just sitting thinking, oh my God, if that was
do you mean the fast break? Because it was a play where Jaylen Brown came over at the very end to try to disrupt the play, and he ended up doing it. Tobias missed the layup, and I was the lift just wasn't there, and I was just like, if we had, I said the same exact thing, bro.
There's been a lot of plays he's had like that this season where they've been on the break, and again, you even talked about it on your show with Lindsay and Tim about playing up to pace. Like if you had a guy like Anthony Davis, he doesn't fit what the Pistons need. And a lot of times when the Pistons play in fast break sets, Tobias is losing the ball or he's not playing up to pace with the other young guys.
Right.
So, I love Tobias. I think they kind of need him for their half court offense at times. But he did what he needed to do to help get this win in. So I'll give him a little bit of credit. Yeah,
like I'm where you guys are when it comes to expectations for him. Right, like that's all we're talking about. I know. I'm trying not to get into the chat yet. I don't want to give it away. Let's not give it away yet, y'all.
No.
But that was like.
Sorry.
Go ahead. Go ahead.
I just wanted to say that honestly, the way he played tonight, it feeds into your argument. I think a little bit about him coming off the bench, because what he produced tonight was good, but that would be even a better stat line in the second unit.
Right. 100%. And that's kind of why I wanted, especially because the Boston Celtics, they have, good perimeter defenders in their starting lineup. Coming off that bench, not so much. Right. So this would have been a good game to see him kind of take advantage of that second unit and have more of a defensive presence with a guy like an Isaiah Stewart in the starting lineup, who had a very good game, impactful wise tonight as well, for sure. But as far as what we expect from Tobias Harris, he didn't hurt us. I mean, his shooting, he plays the same way pretty much every game. Like he knows his role. He's not turning the ball over. He's not taking a bunch of bad shots. Normally, he's just either making them or missing them. So yeah, like he just had a bad shooting night. If he hits half of the shots he missed, I think, we're saying he had a good game. So solid from him. We'll leave it there for him. Don't have much wrong with him. And yeah, the chat's going crazy, bro. I think they kind of have a
We'll circle back around.
We'll circle back. We'll say that for the end of the stream. But we were thinking the same thing. All right, go ahead, bro.
Ben Simmons, I'm dead.
Oh my God,
we're not talking about Ben Simmons.
Marvin's a troll, bro. Man, where's the boot button? Let me go ahead and get him about it.
Oh my gosh.
No, shout out to Marvin. He's always trolling. All right, guys, let's go to JD. Guys, Jalen Duren tonight, 6 points, 3-6 overall, 3 rebounds, 1 turnover, 2 steals, 2 blocks, 4 fouls only. So he wasn't in serious foul trouble, but he did that in 28 minutes. So E, I'll come to you first. What did you see from JD tonight?
I think a lot of smart teams are keying in a little bit on JD. Again, I keep saying it. I want to see him get his touches closer to the rim. I don't love the constant isoing from the top of the key. Like, that's not his game. Yeah. It's not. It works sometimes, but they go to the well way too often with that for me. Like, granted, in a zone, he may get a little lost, which is why I'm not tripping too much on the points totals that he puts up. But I just don't like the constant like isoing game that he put up. And there's another glaring number here too that I would Boston kind of tee off on, because I know that's this is her expertise and what her criticism is of him. But he was a little unimpressive today in terms of what his production was. Again, he's been lofted as, you know, one of the most important guys on this foundation of this team. This wasn't really an impressive game for him on offense or defense. You know, he got caught with some dumb fouls pretty often, and really just didn't make much of an impact in the most important areas that he gives for this team. So again, I'm gonna let Boss take care of that, because I want to hear her be mean to somebody for a change. But yeah, I wasn't impressed with what I saw from Duren tonight. Gotcha.
Boss, your turn.
My turn.
Green light.
So for the positives, you know, he had that block in the first. He had that block on Brown, which is nice. He had a steal on Brown, which led to that Cade into that Sam.
Yes.
And second, he had a block that ended up leading to his own basket on the other end. But the zone broke him. I don't know what they were just like, the zone. I guess we can't attack the paint, guys, because he was nowhere near the rim when he was in there. And the stat that Eric is referring to is the 3 rebounds. As someone who, before the game started, the Peacock announcers are talking about, in a league full of specimens, he stands out. They were calling him one of the best centers in the NBA today.
Worst timing for a game like this.
That line. I mean, 2 steals, 2 blocks. Okay, so you did your job on stocks. Good job. But JD, he can finish at the basket. He can do it. He has the same work as Stu. He could be under there. He was bigger. They had the foul on Walsh because Walsh and Walsh and Keita, or Walsh, they could not box him out at the free throw line.
They had to grab him and pull him down on one play, and they almost didn't call a foul. Go ahead, boss.
So instead of like how Jaylen Brown was seeking out Duncan, Duren should be seeking out their centers. Keita and Walsh are not good defenders. They're just big guys. Like, so it's like, agreed. And JD has been so aggressive on both ends of the court this whole season, really, and especially this past few games, but not tonight. So I think it had something to do with the zone, because they just weren't finding him down there. He wasn't driving the basket. Yeah, I really just hate the rebounding. And I mean, Stu had 7. That's 4 more than your starting center.
Yep.
No.
Yep. I agree. I agree.
And it's funny because me and you were talking early, and I was like, the only guy who looks good today is Cade. It's like in the first quarter. And you were like, no, JD looks good too.
Yeah, he started off well. Yeah.
And then it stopped. So I don't know.
And then it stopped. No, you're right.
We know that he gets better. So I'm glad that we pulled out this win without, you know, his usual stat line. Because this is a guy, again, that I've said can get a 20-10 game every game.
Yeah. So, Kev says you can't do that on national TV. I think I would agree with you there, bro, for sure.
But especially Go ahead. Just like, we were just talking about how Asar is 1 for 7 at the free throw line. JD could have easily gotten a free throw line too if he attacked the basket the way Asar was, and that's his job. And that's his job to do that.
That's true.
So that's true. Not very impressed.
Good points. Yeah. Good points. Like JD's like the only guy I think she consistently like is critical of, bro. Like everybody else, she's just like graceful. I don't know what JD did to her. She be getting on to him, bro. Like she's the only one. I'll be the positive one when it comes to JD.
I mentioned Asar's 0 assists.
Okay, you started off good for about 10 seconds, and then you spend the next 2 minutes on all the bad. It's all good though.
Talk about it.
I love shows. The positive.
I mean, yeah,
first.
like I'm with you guys though. Like this was one of his stinkers. He hasn't had a lot of them this year. That's why I'm not really tripping.
Yeah.
There are areas that he needs to improve on. Like the effort to me it wasn't consistent. It seemed like it was there, but then it wasn't. It was there, then it wasn't. And I do think somebody mentioned as far as the zone. I think just having that short roll midi is going to go a long way for him.
Yes.
Going forward. It's not there yet, but I always mention this guy from the Pacers who's to kill us, Jermaine O'Neal. He used to kill us with that midi.
Baby face.
So, I just think that's his next progression. But yeah, this is a bad game for him. Yeah. Like and you saw the second half, he didn't even play that much. Mm-hmm. Like they were rolling with Stu for most of that second half. And understandably so. Stu was more impactful. He brought the motor tonight for the entire game. So one of JD's bad games. I'm not going to kill him because he's had a lot of great games, still averaging like 19 and 12 on a year. So this one of a bad game, but we can't see that consistently, though. We saw that last year. We complained about it. We need the effort on both ends, especially defensively. Wasn't there tonight. So I do think, too, though, playing with Stu, once again, will help him. Mm-hmm. Just having that physical presence of another big guy along with him, I think that in itself will go a long way in helping him be consistently effective game in, game out. Masha says, what was the last comment? He said, Masha, everyone has a bad... Right. That's kind of where I'm at. Like, this, like, on my hand, I can probably name a few, not many more games in tonight where he just played bad like this. 3 points, 6 points and 3 rebounds. Hasn't happened a lot for JD. So I'm not going to trip too much, but this was a stinker for sure. Yes, Marvin says, study McDice. Yes, for sure. McDice for sure. That's what we need. That's progression. But he's still 22, so not going to trip too much.
Yeah.
Far Gone says, this was a perfect game for B-Ball Paul. And that's why you said what, boss?
We said that too.
Yeah.
He only said it because he wants me to get on board with Stu in the starting lineup.
But you're not on board? I thought you was already on board.
I am, but I'm also
okay.
not. It's
okay.
It's working.
All right. But I definitely agree. Like this would have been a perfect game for his energy and effort for sure.
Exactly. And that's another. And I think he would have had he would have had a better stat line than Duran.
Probably. He probably.
5 minutes, probably. He would have had 5.
Yeah. No, I agree with you. So we'll leave it there with JD. Guys, let's go ahead and get to the bench. There's one guy we're going to start with because I know Eric has some work to do as far as with writing articles, which you guys need to go check out. But yeah, let's go ahead and get to Jaden Ivey, and then we'll let Eric go. Guys, tonight, Jaden Ivey had 10 points on 4 for 11 shooting, 1 of 7 from 3. He couldn't shoot it from 3 either tonight. He struggled. 1 of 1 from the free throw line, 3 boards, 3 assists, 2 turnovers, 2 steals in 21 minutes. Even you can take off first, bro. What you see from Jay tonight?
Another very encouraging night by Jaden Ivey. And you see JB and the medical staff starting to get a little bit more comfortable with allowing him to play in bigger and more important stretches. 20 minutes tonight. And I think he did a really good job of maximizing all of it, even when his 3-point shot wasn't falling. Again, I think this is the best defense that we've seen him play in a long time. I think he's doing a really good job of staying in front of his defenders. The last game against the Hawks, where that possession where they rotated well and he had the most important closeout at the top of the key to keep the ball moving, and then flipping the ball back to get a loose ball turnover,
boxing out
blocking out very well, doing just the little things. Little things. He's not focusing too much on the how do I get back to who I was with these kind of plays. He's adapting to where he's at, and he's doing a lot of really good things for this team. The reverse layup he had with Cade in fast break, I think it was the second or third quarter, whichever one it was. That was really impressive that I saw from him. And I like that the guys are going to him and trusting him too. Even JB trusting him to be the primary facilitator with the ball in the man-to-man sets, the zone sets. He went to him and relied on him a lot. And I think he did a really good job of paying dividends to that. I think he did a good job with what they needed. So, I was really impressed with what I saw from him. Again, I think this is a tough night for the Ivy haters. I don't really think y'all got much to say on what he's been doing lately. Because again, he's just fitting in for what the team needs. He's not trying to do too much. He's not trying to be super active. He's like, what y'all need me to do? Okay, I'm going to go make that happen. And I think this is a really helpful game for him.
Mr. What you need, coach, was Jaden Ivey tonight, guys.
Sir.
Great point. Listen, bro, we appreciate you, man. I'm gonna let you get to work. But if you think it's something else you want to get to, we'll probably still be here for the next half hour or so. So doors always open for you, bro.
I'll be tuning in.
We appreciate you, my brother.
Man. I'll let y'all.
As always, y'all tune in with E too. We're gonna make sure that link is in the description for you, brother.
Yep, appreciate y'all.
All right, bro. Okay, boss. What did you see from J.I. in this game? What stood out to you?
Well, so he had poor shooting in the first, but then he hit that big three at the end of the second. And that's kind of because I would love to see what his stats were after that, because I think they were a little better. More like Eric said, he had that great scoop and one. He also had that no look bounce pass to LeVert. He was looking the other way. I was nice because that's a hard pass to make. First of all, bounce pass inside. Second of all, to not be looking to throw him off. Which led to the LeVert and one. And then just like I said, we've been talking about phenomenal defense. He did such a good job of staying in front of these Celtics. Like he could really lock it down. And I think like we talked about earlier about, why Duncan had the minutes he had. Ivy had 21 minutes tonight, but even on the national broadcast, I talked about how him and LeVert were both on restriction a little bit. They're both staying around 20 minutes because LeVert had 19. So that was probably another reason. But once and I mentioned it to you earlier too, the shots he was taking almost felt a little forced. They didn't feel like in rhythm for J.I. So once he started, again, letting the game come to him, doing what he needed, whether that was passing, whether that was points, the 2 steals, it was just beautiful. He doesn't have a block registered on NBA, but as everyone said,
he got one tonight.
He blocked one on Brown. So they haven't credited him, but maybe they will. But by the end of the night, but I think the only thing that people could say, the haters could say about Ivy, is that he had a slow start, but then he picked it up when we need it, just like LeVert.
Right.
Both of them
Exactly.
kind of slow, and then we needed both of them tonight for the win that we had.
Agreed. Let's get to some comments here. Devin says LeVert and him play like they're very similar in how they play for sure.
I like them on the field together. I do.
Yeah. Kev said that was really the last thing I need to see from J.I. defense. The jury has been out, but he showed something. That's huge if he's going to slot alongside K. Thumbs up. And that, guys, takes me to what I was going to say before when I was talking about the starting 2 spot, right? First of all, offensively, we do that first. Offensively, he was very hot and cold. I thought this may be a struggle game for him throughout the whole game because, the Celtics are very pesky and they're very opportunistic as far as turning you over. But he got it together, man. He bounced back. I do love how unselfish he's playing too. It was a sequence where he and LeVert were kind of just playing hot potato with the basketball. He passed to LeVert, defense was shift. LeVert back to Ivy, it shift back. And then he made another pass. He could have took the 3 ball right there.
Yep.
But he made another pass because this time the defense has shifted a little bit too far to him, and he gave it back to Karras, and Karras knocked it down. So I like the unselfishness that he's shown. He's never been a selfish player. Like many have thought. He's never been a black hole, like many thought. He's just now playing for a team and a coach that likes ball movement, and it's working out in his favor, and he's just buying right in. He also showed the burst is still there. On one play, on the baseline, he went baseline, got to the hole easily. So the burst is not fully there yet, but it's coming. Yeah. You can see it's starting to come. Go ahead.
Yeah, they called him a freak athlete on the once he got that reverse layup and one, that's what the commentators are talking about. Like, this guy is a freak athlete. He's just warming up. He's just coming back in. Again, if you guys watched the Peacock podcast or broadcast, if you didn't watch it, they for the first time they were hyping up the Pistons more than the Celtics. It was pretty cool. But
I watched the local one, so I didn't see that. So yeah, that's good to hear.
Yeah, and so it was nice as someone that was forced to watch this, because I like the league pass where I can watch Blaha, and but when I'm forced to watch national, I'm like, I don't want to hear about it,
Gotcha.
But Ivy just, again, the defense, it just all looks so good, and I'm just excited for him because this is how he has been the past few games, and we even talked about it early on. Like, he was a little bit off, like he just had an off night in the first half. Then again, at the end of the second, he hit his one and only 3.
Yep.
And he was making smarter decisions going forward. And he was like, okay, I'm going to take the most advantage of my minutes. And he did. Exactly.
And so now I'll get to what I was saying before. You mentioned it. We've all talked about it. Defensively, huge, guys. Yeah. Like, I think a lot of people would have never thought we would have said that about a game with him where his defense just completely outdid his offense. He wasn't good offensively tonight. He really struggled. He had moments, but he never really got into a flow. He had a nice acrobatic play, like you mentioned, had a nice 3, but he had a lot of plays where he was a little bit too careless with the basketball, trying to force things inside. But guys, he showed me once again why he's going to eventually start.
Yeah.
I said it before. Bad game offensively. He made up for it on the defensive side of the basketball. His effort tonight, again, his effort since he's been back has been there. Eric excited to play with her all on a string defensively. He made all the right rotations. He was active. He just made every right rotation. And that just goes to his willingness to want to be a part of what we're doing now. Mm-hmm. I said it before, we would have seen what we're seeing right now last year on steroids when he was healthy. We just didn't get a chance to because he didn't play enough. So now we're starting to see it. And there was a few plays that stood out to me, boss, defensively. He got back on defense in transition on one play to prevent a score. Had a nice steal on Derek White, like we talked about. Yeah. Fourth quarter, he missed a three pretty bad, right? But he fouled that up by forcing Derek White into an air ball. Bad air ball. And we talked about Jaylen Brown, how he was hunting out Duncan Robinson. It wasn't happening with J.I. And if you guys remember last year, I was saying, I thought he could guard guys like Jaylen Brown because he's big enough and he's strong enough and he's fast enough. Jaylen Brown is not going to bully him in the post. Jaylen Brown is not going to blow by him on the perimeter. Jaden is just as strong and just as fast as him. That's why you didn't see Jaylen Brown hunting him out because he can't. He tried to score, he got a shot blocked. Tried to score again, he missed a shot badly. Like he's a prototype guy you want guarding a Jaylen Brown. Yeah. So even on a night when this offense isn't there, I'm like, please put him back in the game in the fourth quarter to end this game. If Jaylen Brown is on the court, I want Jaden on the court. I know he's in a minute restriction, but especially late in the game, I wanted him in the game guarding him because he was probably best suited to do it. Yeah. He has that perfect combination of strength and speed that I don't think anybody else has on the team at that level. Nobody else has it like that. So tonight, defensively, man, what he showed me is exactly why he is going to start. Because even when he gets to a point offensively where he was last year, when you got that two-way play from your shooting guard next to Cade, watch out. Yeah. Watch out. And I think with Duncan, if he's not shooting well, he's not really helping you. We see with Jaden, when he's not shooting well, how he can help you. And that's the difference for me.
Yeah, I agree. And I think, you brought up a good point with him. Like his speed isn't just utilized on offense. Like he used that speed to get back on defense too, to stop the play. And that's just what he does. And he's not, I would say he's at like 70% right now. We know that he can really light it up when he wants to. Yes. So yeah, I'm just thrilled for Ivy. And then again, I do think he'll move to the starting lineup soon, but 20 minutes, he'll probably, I think maybe next week get to 25. Like he's going to be off a minutes restriction soon. How many weeks has it been? Since he's been, I
think it's been like 2.5, 3, maybe 3.
We were guessing at like the month mark.
Yep.
To 100%. So we're almost there.
Yep. 100%. I think you guys are seeing the same thing, man. Yeah. Cade is starting to see too. Like, we saw it on the floor. Like whenever they're on the floor together, less doubles on Cade. Yeah. Because it's easier to take away a spacer than it is to take away somebody who can shoot the ball and who can penetrate. Which is why they weren't doing it. They weren't doubling Cade because they knew once Jaden gets the ball and gets downhill, it's going to be tough for the defense to stop it, right? Duncan tries to do that, but he doesn't have the burst to be able to get past those closeouts as easily as J.I. does. So the two-way guys, it's all about two-way basketball. Cade's a two-way player. J.I. showing he can be it. We need to start to get to that level, right? J.D. has that two-way ability. So the more two-way guys you have, the better. Because now you don't have any liabilities on either side of the basketball. Right. And it's not like Jaden's shooting 25% from three. He's shooting 40% from three still. Maybe 39 now after the night he had from three, 1 for 7. But he's shooting about 40% from three. Yep. So you got that plus the defensive intensity he's bringing. Yeah. Give it all day long. Intensity is such a good word for it because he had some, maybe not a Javante Dunk momentum swing, but he had some momentum swing plays out there. That's why Cade was getting hyped for him on the floor and on the bench. Right. So this is the kind of basketball that they all love to play. 100%. 100%. So yeah, it's just crazy that we're saying he had one of his best games and he was not that good offensively. That's a great sign, guys. Yep. That's a great sign for his growth, for this team going forward. Like you said, Mr. What you need tonight is exactly what he did. He just knew that he was going to have those minutes. And again, most of it, I'm curious to see what he was, after in the second half,
stat wise, because most of those shots were early, just trying to get hot, trying to get going. The commentators and not like we're talking about that too. Like you can't make one unless you shoot it, you know. And this one just came up clutch, and then he just focused on defense. And I just think like his intensity is just going to carry over. And before we know it, he's going to have a game where he's just hitting on both ends. And then that's going to solidify his confidence. I mean, we saw his buzzer beaters last year. Like the one that comes to mind is the buzzer beater against the Raptors last year, where he drove it in and like shot over 3 guys and had that nice floater and hit it. Like that's the Jaden that's coming.
Yep.
He's not 100% there yet, but that's what's coming.
I agree. Organic says those football genes from his dad and grandfather kicking in, bro. He's jacked. Right. His father, Javen, our friend, right? He played football at NFL level, played for the Ravens. His grandfather played for our own Detroit Lions. Go look that up. James Hunter for sure. So he's built like a football player. He's just playing basketball. But you see the explosion that he has too. And this is an important point too. Clifton says the Atlanta blowout was huge. And we said this, boss. We were like, hey, we were like, it was, I think the benches had cleared with about 5-6 minutes to go. And he was in the game. I was like, man, let him finish the game.
Yep. Oh,
let him go. Let him make mistakes.
Yeah. Because they could have come in earlier. That was huge for him. Unfortunately, it didn't improve my second unit theory with Jenkins not getting many minutes tonight. But I think it's because they relied more heavily on Cade. I would have liked to, we'll get to Jenkins. I would have liked to see him more. I think he still could have come off the bench and been productive. But I think that they chose, but we talked about him being like him and Javonte kind of being the 10 and 11. And tonight Javonte got that. And last game, Daniel got it. So if that's how it works with me, I'm okay with that as well.
Absolutely.
But yeah, exactly that. I was just happy that they were playing together because it's him and LeVert, and they looked really good again tonight too. Like again, he found LeVert under the basket. Him and LeVert were doing great on defense. Like they're playing very well off of each other.
Agreed. Yeah. So that was good to see as well. Because at first I was kind of like, I want a point guard out there at all times, right? But tonight it worked out.
I agree.
It worked out tonight.
I think it's just again like I think once Ivy takes Duncan's spot in the starting lineup, that we will see that more consistently of having another ball handler because Duncan can, but we don't want to put
spots.
So
right. Exactly. 100%. So we'll leave it there on JI, guys. Definitely showing signs of being a really good two-way player, which is exactly what we would have seen last year had he not gotten hurt. He is showing now, even though it's just a few weeks back from not playing 10 months, that it was not a fluke. It was not a fluke at all. So we'll leave it there, guys. Mega Hustler says, my favorite JI buzzer beater will always be Sacramento. Ended the beam team. I agree. That one was ridiculous. 4-point play and then knocked down the free throw to put it away. Didn't miss the free throw, put the game away. Good stuff.
I mean, it reminds me of Jenkins one and the Wizards.
Right.
My reaction.
Same spot. Yeah.
My reaction at least. That one brought us into overtime.
Right.
Jaden won with that one, but those were two same spot, same clutch. Just
crazy.
We got to have one once a year, I guess.
Hey, I ain't mad. For real. I'll take it. Yeah. And my heart will do with it later. Exactly. All right, guys. Let's go ahead and move on to Dog Pound Senior, man. Isaiah Stewart. Man. Once again, he is the ultimate box score deceiver, right? 7 points tonight, guys, on 3 for 6 shooting overall. 0 of 1 from 3, 1 of 2 from the free throw line, 7 boards, 1 block in 22 minutes, and 1,000 impact points. Yeah. So, boss, what did you see from Isaiah Stewart tonight?
I don't know if this is correct, but they're saying he had no personal fouls.
Stu?
Yeah.
Let me, because you're on NBA, right? Let me check ESPN.
NBA, yeah.
No fouls, bro. That's insane, bro.
He has a couple warnings. He had the warning with Brown. He had the warning with, I think, Walsh, where they were like, guys, Arcata, and they're like, knock it off.
As physical as he plays, to have no fouls is insane. Insane. How?
I mean, the 7 rebounds, the clutch. My favorite thing, the rip away, that will be my favorite play of the month.
Yeah.
Rip away from Minot to dunk it. He just said, give me that.
Yeah, bully ball.
Yeah, exactly. And the second, he like ran the floor. He got the rebound. He like came from the half court and like ran the floor for a rebound that ended up getting the shot. That was the one.
No. Go ahead. Was
that the one that Cade drove and missed? Mm-hmm. Yeah. So not only just got the rebound, just put it back.
Yep.
And in the third, after all that Brown drama, all that Brown nonsense, just blocked. Yep. Said nope.
I loved it.
No fouls.
I loved it.
And you know, he had a technical foul. Okay. But it was a double tech, so I'll take that.
Of course.
And he walked away.
Exactly.
And he walked away. He's like, and so that's where he's returned. Again, he went over to Kate. I'm so curious because I want to know if that was like how we talked about the couch and the stress balls. If Kate was like, next time, just come yell at me.
So
he was seriously the angle that I had. He was just sitting, and Kate's like, he's like, yeah. And Stu's just yelling, and the refs are talking about what to do, and Stu's him, So.
What that looked like to me, and I'll let you continue. Yeah. It looked like Stu was just trying to play it off. Because like it was close to being a second because he didn't like swing on him or anything, but he stared him down for the second time. And Brown went like that, and Stu kind of looked at him. But after that happened, Stu turned it back off, and I saw him going over and it was like he was casually talking like, "So guys, what do you guys think? Like, can we still win this game?" Because it was almost like he was trying to distract from what had just happened and just talking to his guys. Because when he came back over, he was like, he went to the refs. He said, "Hey, I walked away. I walked away. So to me, it seemed like he was just trying to distract from it and just change the subject, change the tone of what was going on to, I'm talking to my teammates right now. Because I've done it before.
Different moments in that because I didn't get to see that. But first, he was really, because when I saw him talking to Cade, it was not casual. Like
okay.
But it was the same play. So maybe the camera angle the national TV had on that. Maybe your local one caught it after or before.
You saw that too.
He was high-fiving guys. Yeah. After that, after he went over to high-five everyone, just like he like just got low and was just yelling in Cade's face. And Cade locked eyes. So I wonder if that's just like a technique of like, just take it out on me. You know, how who was it? Michael Malone's dad let Isaiah.
Yeah. Brendan when he like grabbed his neck. Yeah.
Out on me. You know?
Yeah, for sure.
I just loved his energy the whole game, and it just really shifted. He was just really like, and I swear he told Cade to like come take care of business too when Cade was on the floor because him and Cade didn't have a lot of minutes together. They had some, but it was mostly the second unit. So Stu would be my player of the game. Well, actually, my player of the game is probably Javante, but up there as well. Just the dog pound. Just give you the whole dog pound.
I was going to say that. The dog pound was huge tonight. We're going to get to the other guys, but Stu, Ron, Javante, man, those guys really like their style of play really kept them in this game tonight. Like just his physicality and his motor. Because he did not back down. Go ahead.
Brown put up his fist and didn't get a tech, and that
I didn't see that because you told me that. I didn't see him like put his fist up. Like he squared up, or he just kind of like.
No, when they were separating each other, he told Stu, he's like, "Meet me outside," and put his fist up.
Stop, bro. Stop.
I know.
Stop.
So, and that reminded me too earlier. Someone commented on it, like when Javante got the tech for yelling at the ref. But if anyone saw yesterday's Dylan Brooks versus LeBron James squirrels, LeBron James was grabbing a ref. Grabbing him. And got so that ticked me off too, because it's like, I mean, Javante, I don't think he realized the ref was that close to him when he screamed in his face, but it's just like
that was bogus, bro. Like, do your job and there's no tech to call. Like, call the foul and there's no tech to call. Like, how do you punish somebody for not doing your job, bro?
Yeah,
it's the same. But we'll get to him for sure. But Organic says my guy got to stop doing the Arthur fist. I'm screaming. That's hilarious. Arthur Fist has me dead. Yeah, exactly. Brown, come on, bro. Meet me outside. Stop, bro. Yeah, bro, Stu will make Stu will beat him so bad he'd make his hair start growing again. Yeah. Like, stop, bro. You don't want with them problems. Anyway, we'll leave that there with Stu. But yeah, he I'm telling you, man, just his mentality and his physicality and his motor were huge. 47 bench points for us to 14 for them. Wow. So the bench brigade again.
They played they relied basically on Brown and White. And that's, again, what we talked about earlier, too. And I was like, the way that we play team ball against Atlanta, that was huge. Yeah. Everyone, like, 8 guys were in double digits, like 12 guys that had over 8 points or whatever it was. Yeah. Just nuts. And tonight, it was just Brown had 34, White had 31, and Pritchard had 12. Everyone else.
That's it. Yeah. Wow. It's amazing how the winds of opinion have shifted on Beef Stew. He was the constant center of trade discussions for a long time, for a long while, but he has done nothing but gotten better. That's 100%. And once again, that just comes with time. That's why we aren't GMs, right? He's the heart and soul of this team. There's nobody saying trade Isaiah Stewart, or he's not even mentioned in trade packages anymore, because I think more people now understand it's not just about the box score. He sets the tone. Don't care about no tech. That is Isaiah Stewart. Like, it's kind of like when Rick Mahorn left the Pistons in the expansion draft. And then you see guys the next season starting to get tough and pushing Bill and Beer back.
Yeah.
Because the enforcer is gone.
Right.
Their whole identity, there's a hole in your identity.
Yes.
That's what Isaiah Stewart is. And that's why he's not going anywhere anytime soon.
We discussed this earlier, guys. There's so much, Deuce and I, but like, there is so much emphasis on, I think, or lack of emphasis on just team chemistry. Look at the Clippers. They're stacked. Kawhi, Harden, Levine, DeRozan, Zubac. They have great, phenomenal players. Worst vibes. Cannot win.
Yeah.
It matters. It
100%.
matters. Even if you have someone that, again, he's a holder of the culture. The culture is very important. It's not just about production. It's about production and team chemistry. We've heard guys, who started stuff? Butler started stuff.
Yeah, those guys, yeah.
And
Udonis has one for Miami. I always say it, but
it throws him off. So there's no reason to, like, that's just another thing of like, oh, like, yeah, I guess, the box score doesn't reflect it, but we know what Stu brings to us. I'm honestly kind of glad he got a text today and showed out. Like, now the nation that tuned in tonight sees what Stu can bring. And yeah, they saw what the media pushes, is that he is kind of, a troublemaker out there, but they also saw what he does.
Exactly.
And so
great point. They saw a little bit of everything. They saw exactly who he was in his entirety.
Yeah.
That's a really good point. And just one follow up on the culture point. I watched a quick segment with Dwayne Wade and Udonis Haslem. And there's a story that Dwayne Wade talked about. I think I sent it to you, boss.
Yep.
He basically said, I don't have it here, but he basically said that there was a trade on the table when they were both playing together as teammates. Pat Riley wanted to go get Allen Iverson and add him to the Heat. And D Wade is like, he had D Wade come to his office. He said, what do you think? Think about adding AI? He said, man, you bet. Allen Iverson? Yeah, add him for sure. Bring him on. He said, okay, cool. He said, we got to trade Haslem. He said, I'm out.
Yeah.
And just that quickly, it's the same thing. He said, bro, we can't let Udonis Haslem go. He's the heart and soul of this team. He's our identity. He's our enforcer. He said, I love Allen Iverson, one of my favorite players. If we bring him here, if I get in a scuffle, he ain't going to bat for me. He ain't going to be trying to fight for me. He ain't going, you know what I'm saying? He said, UD will, though. You need those guys. So it's just nice to see that people understand outside of Detroit, they understand how important he is because of just the tone that he sets and the culture that he brings. You don't trade those guys. You lose your identity as a whole. That's why he's one of the most important players on this team without a question. Without a question.
Absolutely.
So, yeah, you guys get it. All right, let's get to the super chat, guys. We'll keep going. GVH says, love you too. Giving love to Ron Holland charity. Go Pistons. Deuce and Bars are the truth. Appreciate you, man. Yeah, like we always say, they've been showing us a lot of love in the city, and we show love to those who support our city and support us. And that's what they have done since they have gotten here. So appreciate you, GVH. Appreciate the Ron Holland and his family for sure. All right, guys, let's go ahead and keep it moving. We see you guys' comments. If we miss you, just repost it, caps lock, super chat, whatever. We're doing the best we can. Derek says Stu is vital. He's who we are. He's what we exactly. And that's why I think he should start. That's exactly why I think he should start, because he comes in, he sets the tone. You're going to know immediately how the game is going to go. He makes things easier for Jalen Duren. He makes it easier for Tobias Harris off the bench.
And
I can't wait for him to get inside. Go ahead.
With no fouls tonight. We've talked about it in
That's
terms
insane.
of distributing fouls with Duren too. Think about Cade. I don't think Cade would have gotten 5 fouls if he didn't have to chase guys to the basket if Stu's presence was there.
Good point. Yeah, the whole defense is compromised by who is not in the game as a whole. And like you say, that affects other guys, their fouls. That's why I was saying before that JD doesn't get in foul trouble as much when Stu's there as well. It just it all works together like you're saying. So yeah, we y'all get it. We get it. We know what's up. All right. Let's go ahead, guys, and move it on along. And let's go to Ron Holland. Guys, tonight Ron Holland had 9 points on 3 for 8 shooting overall. 1 or 2 from 3, 2 or 2 from the free throw line. Knocked them free throws down, bro, for sure. 5 boards in 14 minutes, man. What an efficient game from Ron. Only 14 minutes. What did you see from Lil Ron tonight, Dog Pound Jr.?
Yeah, he was pretty handsy. He was trying to get, a little handsy on there, and they were obviously going to give Jaylen Brown the benefit of the doubt because that seemed to be who he would ask to guard. Yeah. But otherwise, just fantastic. I mean, 9 points, 3 of 8 is not terrible. 1 of 2 from 3. He hit that second 3 confidently, and I'm glad.
Yep.
And I think that, he missed his first. So what that tells me is that he knew he could make the second, because lately, if he isn't hot from 3, then he hasn't been taking it. His drives to the basket are so funny. Just what he makes sometimes. The one basket he makes, he was like horizontal.
Yeah, he's a shot maker. Yeah.
They don't know how to guard him.
It's like he gets one a game, it seems like. Somebody said Van Gogh. It's like a work of art, huh? I get it. Go ahead.
I love it. No, I mean, again, like you said, efficient game, 5 rebounds. That's 2 more than Duran, by the way.
Way to come back to it. Go ahead.
But no, he just wanted to go. He went out there, and again, we talked about this. He plays hard every time. So against a team like the Celtics that even the announcers were saying are great at drawing fouls, and he is going to get into foul trouble because that's how he plays. He just never strays from who he is as a basketball player. And I just appreciate his effort out there. When he's out there, he just gives it his all. He makes the right decisions. I think he's very smart. Did he have any turnovers? No turnovers. Good job, Ron. And so
go ahead,
a young
finish.
guy like that, and a young guy who plays kind of sporadically, plays like it's pickup ball, just wants to score, and he's not intentionally being fancy. He just knows that when he gets to the rim, his touch around the rim is so good. That's good. He just has good touch, so he can be basically going backwards and make it at this point.
Yeah,
he had that good breakaway dunk too. Yeah, I loved what I saw from Ron Holland tonight.
Yeah, Swiss Army knife.
I'm curious to just hear what because we talked about that one game where he, like his dad saying that he wouldn't like it. I'm curious to how he would like tonight's game, his effort tonight, because I think he was getting frustrated with fouls that were being called against him. But he made up for it in a lot of ways.
I think you said after that game, he didn't even have a field goal though, right? So he was
because we were like, Ron had such a good game, and we just couldn't understand. No, but he was like 1 for 10 or something. So
yeah, I want to give him credit. He's been knocking down his free throws too.
Yes,
he understands that he's also one of those guys. Like to your point, his strength is getting to the cup. Mm-hmm. He understands that you can't have empty possessions, and so he's been taking advantage of it and cashing it in at the free throw line. This is a good comment here. His decision-making is noticeably quicker. He's either going to let it fly, drive hard, or swing to the open man. He knows who he is.
Yep.
He's playing instinctively because he knows who he is. He's not playing outside of his scope. He's not trying to take guys one-on-one. He's just playing right within the flow of the offense and inside of his, within his game. And that's what you want. He played big in the paint too. He was sticking those 5 rebounds were big rebounds. He's about 6'7". 6'8", he was playing like 6'9", 6'10" on the boards tonight. He's not afraid to get in there and rebound. And there was one play, because he can make multiple plays within a play. Like there was one play where he was guarding Jaylen Brown straight up, forced him into a terrible shot, didn't even catch iron. Goes up and grabs that own rebound and pushes that out to Cade, who gets it to J.I. for the and-1.
Yep.
So he showed good perimeter defense. He showed strength. He showed the ability to guard without fouling, the ability to rebound, the ability to outlet. Like Swiss Army knife. He does so many things for you in a basketball court. And that's what I think gets missed. He's really a Swiss Army knife, and he's just getting started, man. So but he couldn't get a foul call to save his life. He got fouled a ton of times and didn't get called, didn't get any real, went to the line once, but he got fouled 3 or 4 times. They didn't call it, but
it's like that.
I just love his game.
Teams have, and you've heard announcers mention it. You've heard people mention it, just like established guys like Brown and White, and then you got Ron Holland, who is still young in this league. So it'll come with time. He's got to earn the respect, but he's definitely earned the respect of us here because of how he plays. He also just continues to play exactly how he plays his game. Can't ask for more than that. Marco says Holland is so much better attacking instead of jacking the threes. He never really jacks him up though. Like he just takes them when they're open. Yeah. It just feels like they're being jacked when they don't go in. Right? If he was making them at 40%, we wouldn't be saying he's jacking them up, even if he was taking a lot more than he is. Right? So, but the thing is, he's taking them in rhythm. Like most of the time, he's in the corner, and he's open. Yeah.
So you can live with those if they don't go in. It's still a good shot. And because he's working on his jumper, I'm okay with it.
The one he missed today was from the corner. The one he made was actually a little bit, it was like halfway through the corner, halfway through the center. It was nice.
Was it? I thought the one he made was from the corner.
I don't think so. I think the one
y'all let us know. Okay.
Yeah.
But either way.
Also, guys, if any of you have seen yet, if anyone got the belt, I'm curious.
Let us know.
Got the belt.
That's like a customary. Like y'all gotta always let us know because we don't be checking while we here with y'all. So y'all always gotta let us know who got the belt for the particular night. So let us know who got the. Because I really, man, it could go so many different directions, boss.
Say Javante or Cade.
Ooh, yeah,
That's who
yeah. I think Cade might get it because he
has it, so we can't get.
he put us on his back.
Yeah,
Especially in that fourth quarter when they started to try to cut into our lead. He
But
really shut the water off.
it is Stu giving it away, so he might give it to a fellow dog pounder. But I guess Cade's honorary dog pound.
Oh yeah, yeah. I think Cade don't get the dog pound title, because he light skinned. You know, if he was like Stu, and then he'd be dog pound for sure. Y'all know he got the deep voice and everything. If he wasn't light skinned, he would be automatically part of dog pound. I ain't lying. Y'all know what it is. Y'all know what it is. I'm gonna leave it there.
Makes me think of that Larry.
He got the pretty boy thing. He got the green eyes. We know he's tough, but it's just the look. It's just the look. So we'll leave it there. Think about it. Everybody in dog pound is on the darkest shade. Look, JD, B-Ball Paul, Ron, Kev. You know it's true. Javante, right?
Of the Larry Bird quote where he felt like he could only be defending.
Man, don't put a white dude on me. Yeah, I remember that quote. That was hilarious. That was funny. All right, let's keep it moving, y'all. Let's go ahead and go to Karis LeVert.
Okay,
guys, who got it? Yeah, yeah. The way he closed this game, you had to, because it could have got away. It could have got away, but he said no.
His 3-point shooting was needed.
Yeah, that too. Kev said, yeah, like Steph can't be called dog pound. Like Clay is not dog pound. Steph ain't dog. Like certain guys, the light skin, green eyes, pretty boy look. You could be tough as nails, but you ain't gonna get the dog pound. You'll be like you'll get in because you're the leader of the team. But you gotta have a certain rugged look, and I think that's the difference. So y'all know what it is.
I can't think of anybody off the top of my head, so I guess.
See what I'm saying? You can't even. It is what it is. But you know we got love for UK. It is what it is. So, all right, guys, let's go ahead and go to Karis. Tonight, guys, Karis LeVert had 13 points, 5 for 10 overall, 2 of 5 from 3, 1 of 1 from the free throw line, 1 board, 2 assists, 1 turnover, and 1 steal. He kind of stuffed his stat sheet tonight. 1 steal as well in 19 minutes. Boss, take off on Karis.
He had a slow start, and every time you guys make me so anxious. Whenever he was slow start, I was like, God, I can't go out and talk good about LeVert. I have to be truthful for what I see from my eyes.
Let hurt and all that stuff, all that nonsense. Y'all be spewing.
Come on. But again, he picked it up in the end. He had some really clutch shots, some clutch plays, a couple steals. And it's kind of crazy. Like, we've talked about Ivy's quickness, and we saw LeVert's quickness last game. We saw a play where Cade tried to get it to LeVert. Like, he tried to anticipate where he was going, and he just was a little bit off, like barely. Like, he barely got out of bounds. And that just goes to show, again, his quickness, because LeVert was back. Like, Cade tossed that ahead of everybody for LeVert.
Right.
So I just think he's just playing phenomenally. 50% again. I think he still has the highest shooting percentage on the team. Because he's been around 49% this year. And the last time I checked that was like 3 games ago.
Okay.
I'm thinking it's consistent. Maybe it dropped a percent or 2, but I think he still has the highest on the team. So he came in really clutch. I think he had good defense towards the end as well. Him and Ivy are feeding well off each other. Yeah, just a really good game. Like, this is a great stat line for someone coming in off the bench. Like, he's tied with Tobias for our second leading scorer tonight.
Wow. Really?
Yeah, I'm looking at this now. We spread out scoring again. It was like 2.
Yeah, K at 13. Right. Go ahead.
Yeah, and that's why I think Karis is 13, and then like Ivy's 10, and then everyone was like 9, 8, 7, 7, 6. So we spread.
You're right. You're right. Star 7, JD 6, Duncan 7, Stu 7, Holland 9, Javante 8. No, you're right. I didn't realize that. You're right though. Yeah. He did this. He played better than I thought. I thought he played good. I didn't realize he did all that. Yeah. Because you know what it is? He started off slow.
And he made some bad shots. He had a bad 3. He wasn't finishing in the paint. But again, there were a couple like that one on Brown. There were a couple times he was hacked and fouled too.
Right. So, and he had a bad pass, an entry pass to Stu on a miscommunication. It's like, what happened? Like, what was that?
I saw that too. And even he was like, what is going on?
Yeah.
But even
but he picked it up. He picked it up, man. It was definitely a tale of 2 halves.
all relative.
Definitely a tale of two halves, man. But he picked it, like you said, he picked it up in the second half. He picked Shireman clean on that on the perimeter for a nice little easy transition bucket. So once again, he continues to get after it defensively too, which I like. Marco says he will drive us. Yes, it's been peaks and valleys. We're waiting for that consistent area where he gets to the happy medium where he's just kind of just like coasting.
As a Karis supporter and someone who has a tough time, I'll see what I see that's bad, but I won't stick and do 3 minutes on mistakes. Karis drives me insane. So I appreciated that comment because
it's true. But hopefully when we get to January, February, we'll start to see more consistency, even if his peaks aren't as high as they are in the good games.
He was out for a few games. He's still on minutes restriction. We're going to figure it out. And I do think he's going to be a part of that second unit. So
Yep. Can guard 3 spots, pass, knock down shots. Yep. For sure. So yeah, solid game from him, man. He played better than I thought he actually did. So I got to give him credit for this one for sure. It's a good game from Karis, man. All right, guys, let's move on to, I believe, our last player of the night. Let's go to let's go to Dennis Jenkins first. He only played 3 minutes. 3 minutes, 0-2 overall, didn't shoot well, only 2 shots, 1 rebound in 3 minutes. So I don't even have much on him. He didn't it was almost like coach tried him, didn't like what he saw, and then pulled him. That's kind of what it looked like to me.
I didn't really agree with it. He had no fouls. He had no turnovers. Like, he didn't necessarily do anything wrong. He didn't make his first couple of shots, but we could say the same about Ivy and LeVert.
Right.
So, but I think, again, like I mentioned last game, Jenkins and Green seem to be the 10-11 for that second unit. And I think just the way that Green came in and made an impact, that he got the priority play over that. And because Cade had to play 36 minutes tonight. Last game, Jenkins got more minutes because Cade only had to play 25.
True. True.
So,
and then Karis played well as well. So he probably took some of those backup point guard minutes at times too. So
So I think that's all it is. It's just finding the balance and everything there. So I don't think he did anything wrong. He had a rebound. I think he played good defense because again, he was on Jaylen Brown. He made him give up the ball, stuff like that. So, but he is someone that I would have advocated more to maybe play, like maybe in at 20 minutes and have at least Jenkins play 8. Like he's might have been my first pick to put in for Duncan, who wasn't not even making shots, but wasn't finding shots.
Facts.
Because Danis can find shots and he can also just help with ball movement, bring it up, like we talked about.
I agree. That's all I got. Not too much. I mean, it's not much to say in 3 minutes, so move on to the next one for him. Guys, let's move on to our last guy tonight. Savage Wu, man. Javonte Green. Tonight, guys, he had 8 points on 3 of 4 shooting, 2 of 3 from 3, 1 rebound, 1 assist, 3 big steals in 14 minutes. Had the highest plus minus at 13 for the team tonight. Boss, what did you see?
He was so fun
in this game.
So fun. He came in the second again when Jaden had his big 3 and then Javonte had a big 3.
Yeah.
Fantastic defense on Pritchard, which also I just have to say the announcers, which I was thinking it, but they said it. The announcers called Pritchard an angry hamster.
An angry hamster?
Yeah.
I'm screaming, bro. What? I don't think I've ever heard anybody describe that way before.
Love it. I know he's like an angry hamster out there.
Why you gotta be angry though?
Because I think he was looking for a foul call early when he came in. He was looking for a foul call.
That's hilarious.
So that's a perfect description of Pritchard, I think, at least as a hamster.
Hey, man, I don't like Boston, so they can call him whatever they want.
That's so funny. And then he had great defense on him. He had that steal that led to Ron Holland's dunk, that big 3, and then that slam. Oh my gosh, that slam. And then he got that tech, which again was ridiculous because I think it was just a power of the moment. And the bench was right there also talking, in the ear. But
so since you mentioned it, let's check out this play she's talking about for anybody who may not have seen it.
Yeah.
Sheesh. One more time for those in the back. And that angry hamster didn't have a chance.
So funny.
Man, and I saw somebody talk about how he banged on Derek White. Yeah, I love it. I love it, man. Here you go. I scared my cat once he banged on that ball, man. I'm screaming. Yeah, man. Yeah, like that's Javonte Green. That's Mr. What You Need coach. He's been that, man. But the thing is, for me, boss, he was inserted in the fourth quarter with 3 minutes to go.
Yeah.
That's big. For those who remember, I said about Javonte Green, I said he may not always start games. He may not start games, but he's gonna finish some.
Yep.
Right?
Yeah. You did say that. You did say that.
Because he doesn't hurt you.
Right. That was against the Hawks too.
Yes. Yes. He doesn't hurt you on the basketball court. He knows how to play the game. He makes plays that you can't really account for. You can't scout for that. Heady plays, heads up plays. It's not something you can scout. Like he's a very smart basketball player. It's not been like, how many times can you guys recall where you're just like, come on, Javonte.
Yeah.
You don't say that. You never say that because he's always helping. He doesn't hurt you. Go ahead, boss.
I mean, kind of how you always do the turnover to assist ratio. 3 steals and 0 personal fouls.
Wow, that's a nice one.
That's hard to do.
That's good.
I always look at that line from him because he's kind of just the master of defense. He very, very rarely fouls. That's hard.
100%.
So.
And as far as the ratio, he had one assist and 0 turnovers. So even that was good. Yours is better because it's a whole different dynamic. But even on the original one, he didn't turn the ball over. He doesn't hurt you. And as far as the defense, you said, for those who remember, we talked about this too, boss. We've said the Pistons admin team, right? Their socials team. They have these little questions they ask the players as they're coming in or going. One time they asked them, do you know? They asked K, they asked JD, everybody. Do you remember your highest scoring game in your history of basketball career? K's like, yeah, when I went to Oklahoma State, this game, yada, yada. JD's like, here, whatever. And Javonte's like, I think I had 31 game, but I'm focused on defense. Yeah. He literally said that. Like, he's the only one that said that. He's like, I'm just focused on defense. I'm here for defense. I ain't here for offense. So that's the mentality. That's literally the mentality. To have 3 steals in this game in 14 minutes is crazy. That's crazy.
When we needed
them. And that's why I thought we would see him in some of these late game situations because he's not the best at anything. Like he's not the best shooter in the world. He's a good athlete. He's not the best ball handler, like not the best scorer, but he's just really good at a lot of stuff.
Yes.
He's just really good at a lot of different stuff. He's also a Swiss Army knife. We were saying last game, like he is a shorter, stronger, more experienced Ron Holland.
Yeah.
That's what he is.
For Ron.
Like,
I mean,
yes.
He's going to help Ron clean up his fouls. Is what
absolutely.
He's going to help teach Ron that. And I mean, he is a reliable defender, 100%. But he's also, I think, a reliable 3-point shooter.
Yes.
He doesn't take them irresponsibly.
Mm-hmm.
He lets the ball come to him. He's 2 for 3. There's been multiple games where he has made clutch threes.
Yeah, for sure.
That's just big. And so we're not a big 3 shooting team, which is something I didn't like about the first quarter of the game. Was that we were going to shoot 3s to get the score back and keep it reasonable when we should have been doing that in the paint. Yeah. But like Javonte, Stu, Ron tonight, we have guys that can shoot the 3.
Right.
Really cool.
For sure. And that was a great, I just want to say that was a great call by coach.
Yes.
To put him in the game at that point. Go ahead, boss.
But it's just kind of like with Jenkins too, like how he's someone that I could also rely on shooting and defending. Like it's just both of these. It's just we have a lot of 2-way players on our team, a lot, and it's just something that other teams wish that they had.
Right?
Like they're
off our bench like that, man. Like
it just and again, the bench was led by Javonte and Stu and Ron tonight to get the momentum back. When Boston came back a few times, that crowd was loud. The commentators even were talking about how with the physicality and the way that the crowd's involved, it felt like a playoff atmosphere. Like it didn't just a regular season game that was just added to the schedule when neither team made it to the cup game.
Absolutely.
And so just to go out and do that, and it was nationally televised, and it was just, the depth that we have is just nuts. And I know we talk about it every time, but our bench is so scary, and especially against the Celtics. bench. It's just some of these bigger teams that they do not have a deep bench like we do.
No, and it usually shows midway at the end of the first quarter through midway through the second quarter is when it usually shows itself, when we go to our bench and when they go to their bench. Usually that's when we're able to really make a run or stretch out a lead. I see some of the comments here talking about Butcher says, honestly, Cade and Javante got the best dunks on White right now. I would agree with that. He seems to like being in our posters for whatever reason, because he's always challenging guys who are bigger and just as if not more athletic than him. And he's paying for it over and over again. I ain't mad. Go ahead and keep trying, D. White. You'll keep getting postered, bro, for sure. But somebody also said Javante is a great vet for Ron and also a great vet for Jaden. And I thought that was a great point too, because I think Javante's about 6'5", and he's stocky, strong, and athletic. Jaden is 6'4", 6'5", stocky, strong, athletic. So I think that's a great point you make there. I didn't even think about Jaden, but I think that would be a great vet for him defensively too, boss.
And Jaden's always someone that wants to learn. I mean, I know we couldn't do much last season, but he talked about how we just watched Dennis Schroeder. How he just watched certain games, how he just picked guys' brains. And so that is a really good point, because I didn't consider that, but that's something that everyone's paying attention to on this bench. These young guys too. Just a really underrated signing for Detroit this offseason. I mean, he's an ex-Celtic, but I know him from the Bulls, who I'm sure would love to have his presence back right now in their season.
For sure.
He is Detroit basketball. Him and Stu. That's Detroit basketball.
I love it, man. Amazing game from Javante Green. That has to be the biggest pickup in the offseason in the NBA, in the league. For that, the value we're getting for his play is ridiculous. It's absolutely ridiculous. So he definitely, me too, D. Davis. I hope he stays here. I honestly don't see why he wouldn't want to, though.
Yeah.
Because he said in the offseason that he was looking for a home. Yeah. He said that, guys. When he got here, if you guys remember, he said, I'm looking for a home. He's found his home, guys. This is his home now. Yeah. All those other teams let him get away. Like you mentioned, the Bulls, the Pelicans, Celtics, they had their shot. Yeah. But he's a Detroit Piston now, and I don't think they're going to let him go anytime soon. Because once again, culture. He contributes to what we are. Go ahead, boss.
Cade mentioned his name a lot in the preseason and in the early season.
You're right.
About working with him and how he's excited to. And it's paying off, and we're seeing what Cade saw. So again, just like we were talking earlier about Stu not being traded for culture, I just don't see that happening, because I think we can give Javante is not a max contract kind of guy. But he, like I said, he wants a home. And yes, of course, money's always a factor, but I don't think that we would just let him get stolen away.
Absolutely not. No way. No way. I highly doubt they're going to let that happen. Because once again, when you got guys who are culture setters and also impact players, that's kind of two-way play in itself. You know what I'm saying? So those guys you don't let go. You don't want to have too many guys who are only just great locker room guys, because you got to have somebody on the floor who can produce, who can get it done. But once again, he's playing in the fourth quarter, guys. Yeah. He's ending games like I thought he would. Yeah. And he's contributing to the culture. You don't let those guys go, man. That's huge for chemistry. So great game from Moo, man. Man. And just Trajan Langdon has been cooking, bro.
Yes. Like you mentioned earlier, there hasn't been a game yet where we've been like, oh, Javante, he just really messed it up for us. There hasn't been a game, because even when he's out there and he's not scoring, like I brought up, but he was out there for 10 minutes and played good defense with no fouls.
Right.
He's just impactful in so many ways. And and I've said this, he is our most consistent Piston this season, just based on his numbers.
As far as playing to his role, absolutely. I couldn't agree with you more, for sure. All right, D. Davis says, Ben Wallace said there is no place like Detroit when it comes to the culture and the love of the people. 100%. I couldn't have said that better myself.
Yeah.
He cannot do any wrong right now. All right, guys. We'll end it there. I have one thing I want to share with you guys, let you guys into my mind a little bit. You know, guys, I'm always thinking ahead. So you guys just walk with me for a minute. Boss, you too. So we've won 4 straight games, right? So I've been looking at the schedule a little bit, and I think there is another opportunity here, boss. We all understand the importance of not overlooking any game, any opponent, right? We all understand that. Got to look who's in front of you. with that being said, though, I think the Pistons, if they take care of business, guys, over the next week and a half, they have a chance to go on another double-digit winning streak.
Yeah.
They do. Yeah. So let's take a look at the schedule, guys, and take a look at the Pistons' next 6 games. They have won 4 straight. Let's take a look at the next 6. So you got the Celtics out of here. We've got up next the Mavericks on Thursday, who are 10th in the West. The Hornets on Saturday, who are 12th in the East. Then the Blazers, who are 11th in the West. The Kings, who are 14th in the West. Yeah. The Jazz, who are 12th in the West. And the Clippers, who are 13th in the Western Conference.
Yeah.
So all those games are very winnable games, boss. Like,
I'm sorry, the Lakers are too. I've been watching the Lakers. They
okay.
Defense.
Okay. Well, I didn't say them because like they're at the top of they're like 4th in the conference. They're like 18-7 right now.
They got
compared to the other teams,
they have. I think they've come across some great defensive. But I agree with you. And
there's levels to it.
I got to see the Mavs play. Their biggest threat is Ryan Nembhard, coached by Coach Hart.
Coach Hart. And y'all know what that is.
They have Cooper Flag, yes, but he's not their biggest threat, guys.
Yeah,
and it'll be interesting to see AD in that game as well, just because of all the trade talk too. Mm-hmm. But I think the hardest of those would be, I mean, I agree with you, the Lakers, but that's after.
Yeah. So before that, is the Blazers. I think the toughest game is going to be the Blazers, in my opinion. Out of those 6, we've already beaten them, but that was not an easy game. Right. And we beat them in a game we weren't even playing our best ball, so we can play better. But they still made things tough for us. But I think what's going to make this hard, boss, is that the last 4 games of the 6 are going to be part of a 4-game road trip.
Yeah.
And 2 of those are back-to-back, Blazers and the Kings. So I think that's going to be the tough part of it. But I think if they stay locked in, and if they're able to put some of these games away early, like they've shown they can do, right, get our guys some extra rest on this road trip, one being a back-to-back, it's doable. It's not a guarantee, right? But I think the Pistons very well could be staring down their second double-digit win streak of the season before January. Who would have ever thought the Pistons had a shot to have 2 separate 10-game or more winning streaks before we even get to the new year?
I know.
Who would have seen that coming?
I agree. And, it just comes to the way we've played. Again, it's been team ball lately. Yeah, Cade had 32 points tonight, but again, the next scorers were 13 and under because we spread it out so well. Besides Cade, Atlanta, we just spread it out all over the board. So as long as we're just playing team basketball, there's just no reason, and just keep up our physicality. I mean, I've just had the pleasure of seeing some teams out in the West already because of the Nuggets, but there isn't a lot of defensive teams like us. And we're second to OKC, and OKC is being allowed. It would be hard. We're going to play just as physical as OKC when we do eventually play them. And that's when the refs can expose themselves, then you got to put the onus on the refs to make the call, but we're going to play just as physical as them. I just see, especially just keeping up our defense like this. And a lot of these, like the Mavs are hurt. They don't have a deep bench. Hornets definitely don't have a deep bench. Like a lot of these guys, again, don't have what we have, which is a bench that can also be a starting 5.
Yeah, I agree. I think that's a good point. So it's a ways out, guys, right? We know the Pistons' main goal this year is not winning just individual games or anything like that. We get it. I think JD just said last postgame too that they have their sights on trying to win a championship this year, right? So, but with that though, along the way, you got to put yourself in position, right? During the regular season, you got to play consistent basketball. You got to build on your early success. You got to secure home court advantage. So all those things contribute to eventually trying to get there. So you got to try to string as many games together as possible. Yes. And I think this stretch will allow them to continue to do that, which as a result could get them to that 10-game. So I'm going to have my eye on that, boss. I'm going to see if we're going to get to that 10-game winning streak again. We're not even halfway there, but I think with this stretch, we got a chance to get there.
We got some breaks. Like we got another 2-day break here coming up. It's kind of spaced out right before our West trip, which is kind of nice. We at least have that going for us. We're having a game every other day, and then going on this trip, we have some decent chunks in between. So I think it's beneficial, especially the way that we came off of Like, look, like I was nervous when we came off that 5-day week because if it ended like the Lions, we do not do well on bye weeks, and that's what it felt like. We did our probably our best game of the season team wise against the Hawks after that.
Right.
After that break. So as long as we're utilizing these breaks to just kind of, get into form, and that's working for us. Yeah,
for sure. For sure. So guys, as she mentioned, up next as we're going to get to up next for the Pistons, as what's coming up next is that tough road matchup against the Mavericks. Won't really say tough. It's just going to be a road trip. So we go to Dallas, we come back home to Charlotte. We play Charlotte at home, and then we go back on the road again after that. So I think, like you mentioned, this time off, though, like even between now and Thursday, is once again going to be good for guys like Jaden Ivey to continue to get more acclimated. Think about it. Last week, we had the 4-day break. Then before last game, we had 2 days, and before the next game, we have 2 days. So this consistent time off is going to be very important for us as far as rest, staying healthy, because by the way, nobody on the injury report. Not a soul on the injury report, which is great. So we can continue to stay fresh, stay healthy, and get more reps and rest for these guys. And I think that's going to be a great opportunity for us to continue to just keep this win streak going. So I wanted to get to this question really quickly that Marvin asked. Says, question, Deuce and Sarah, how many games we win for the season and what seed in the East? It's kind of early for that, but we talked about it before. So, boss, if you have anything you want to add to that or answer that question, feel free.
I mean, we're on pace to do really well. I'm curious to see again when we start. I will have a better answer after this West Coast trip. I think that's a test, even if they're not the best best teams in the West. They are our first major West matchups. We've had a lot of East teams this first half of the season to see how it's on a road trip. My preseason guess was like 40, 43, 45. And then it went up to 50. So I would say around 50.
Yeah.
And then seed-wise, I'm hoping that we lead. I'm going to look up real quick the standings, but I'm hoping that we stay in this first spot and we don't drop below like third. I think we can do it. I definitely think we'll have home court advantage. I think we'll be top 4.
Oh, sure. No question.
Nice to see that. If you want to go, I'm going to look these standings.
Yeah, so I originally had them at 50. I had them going 50 and 32. After this hot start, despite the injuries, I'm going to sit them right at 55.
Okay.
I'm going to say 55 and 27 is how they'll finish. Just because they have depth. Once again, like we saw, there was at some points we were playing better when guys were hurt, just because guys were harder to scout. Guys were playing harder, right? They were really just playing the way we like to play. Not saying the guys that start don't, but certain guys really got opportunities to really show out, like Paul Reed, for example, to really show what they can do. So I think that depth is going to carry us to at least 55 wins. I see 60, 66. I'm not mad at that, guys. I'm not mad at that at all.
Optimism. I'm just
and I don't think it's unrealistic either. We talked about it earlier as far as what the record is. 64 wins is the record. So I don't know if they'll get there. I don't think they have to. Because when we last won our championship, the last one, we won 54 games.
And look, and I talked to you about this earlier. The Nuggets out here, they're 18-6, and this is their best start in their history.
That's crazy.
Which means that they did not even start 18-6 in their championship year. Like,
that's wild.
The start doesn't matter. Just like kind of with the 73 and
9,
Warriors.
Warriors,
like, it just is more on momentum. And just with the standings, I'll say that the Knicks are 2.5 games behind us, and then the next closest team is the Raptors at 5.5.
Oh, they slipped.
But they're also still third, because then after that is the Celtics and Magic with 6 behind us.
Yeah, but the Raptors are like right there. They were second for a minute.
Yep. Right.
So they must have slipped. Okay.
They're 4-6 in their last 10. The Knicks are 9-1. The Knicks are kind of hot right now. We're 7-3, but
anybody afraid of the Knicks?
No. But so they're 2.5 games behind us. So if anything, recently or like coming up, we could switch with the Knicks. But otherwise than that, we're sitting pretty atop the East for sure. We have a good lead.
And honestly, if we finish 1-2, we won't see them to the conference finals anyway.
I do not care. If we finish second, that's a win.
I mean, think about it. Like both our games we won against them last year were on the road.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
So I'm not, you know what I'm saying? So when it comes to them, I'm not even really concerned about that. Like
we're 3-1 with them in the preseason or in the season.
Right.
We were 3-1 with the Knicks, 2 on the road, home. And then we won our playoff games on the road too. So it is just a matter of their game. But I don't see they're hot right now. But I just watched them recently, and I still think that we are the better team.
I do too. Yep. This is what matters the most, though. We talking wins and losses. I see you guys. Good question, fun question. But this is what matters. Eastside Meach says the Pacers weren't good and caught fire late last season. As long as we're hot at the right time, I can say 56. And aside from the number he has, guys, he is 100% right. Yeah. You want to be peaking at the right time, right? You want to be playing your best basketball March, April, and just maintain that for the next month and a half, 2 months. That's the key. You don't want to be like the Cavaliers who get 60 plus wins, top out too early, and then they fizzle late and they lose in the second round. Right? Yeah. Like, we don't want to be that team. So that's a great point by Eastside Meach. It's all about peaking at the right time. If you're peaking at the right time, you can win any series, whether you have home court or not.
And we've talked about this already, too, in some of these games where we've won, but we haven't been 100% ourselves. I mentioned they're like, we won the game, but it still doesn't look like Pistons basketball. So we're not, I don't think we're even close to peaking. Maybe the Hawks game was us peaking, a little bit. Like, that's what it will look like. But I think that it's coming, but I don't think that we're there. This is definitely not peak for us, which is incredible. I
agree. And like JB Bickerstaff, guys, if it wasn't clear before, we see how important he is to this how important he was to that Cavaliers team. Because they out here losing to the Hornets. Yep. Having team meetings and then coming out of them playing worse.
Did you see
or players only meetings. My bad. They had a players only meeting and then played worse the following game.
Did you see today that there's some rumors that Garland is now for sale?
I ain't surprised. Yeah. I've been saying for like 3 or 4 years, guys, who've been following me as long as you have, I would rather have Cade and Jaden over Donovan and Darius for multiple reasons. One of them being the size. So it's too late for this. We coming up on 2 hours. Guys, hang with us next episode. Boss is trying to keep us here until 1:30 in the morning for whatever reason. She must have nothing to do tonight. I don't know what's going on.
10 p.m. by me.
Whatever. Well, it's late over here. Guys, we gotta get up and go to work. Some of us tomorrow, right? So we got work to do. So we're not going to do it tonight. But guys, keep an eye on this name right here. Yeah. This is the guy we were referencing earlier. If we have time after next show, or maybe between shows, maybe we'll talk about this.
If you're awake like me, go watch his highlights.
Guys, we're not even going to say like who we want to see. We're not going to do that. We're just saying if there was one player because I'm not a salary cap guru. I'm not that guy, right? But I know talent, and me and Boss been talking about this guy. I feel like this guy will be a perfect. I feel like if we can get a guy like him, we are going to the finals. Yeah. Period.
Yeah.
Period. Not MPJ, not AD, not Lauri Markkanen. This guy right here. Do your research on this guy. Look up highlights. I'm telling you, for those who know, I wanted Naz Reid on this team last year very, very badly. I easily want him on this team more. And much more.
I'm someone who once you're on the team, I don't want you to go. Like I don't. It breaks my heart.
Yeah.
But, and I could like you said, I could not say who ever who I would give up or what I would give up. But Trey is someone that I desire as a Pistons fan.
And I'm just saying, Trajan Langdon drafted him.
Yeah.
So if we know how good he is, he also knows how good he is. So if there's something to be done about that, I'm sure he will do it. I'm hoping that it happens. And I hope it's not a move to where we have to lose a lot because we don't want to do that either because we just talked about our depth and how important that is and culture to this team. But if there's a way to get him here without sacrificing that, I will be over the moon, guys. And I will go on record saying we are going to the finals.
Yeah.
That to me will be the Rasheed Wallace trade.
Let's go.
That to me will be the Rasheed Wallace trade, straight up.
Yep.
And I have no problem saying that because I know how good this kid is.
Yeah.
And he also is. Now you got me talking about it. See.
Stop. But just you got 1 minute till we hit 2 hours.
Okay. He also is a character guy. He's a classy dude. He cares about basketball. Look up some of his interviews. Somebody asked him, so what is your plan coming into the season? He said, every year I want to get better. He said, this is our job. This is our profession. If you're coming back, to training camp and you haven't gotten better over the summer, what are you doing? Mm-hmm. He gets it. He fits. He fits the mentality. He's a funny dude. He's a cool dude. It was another interview where they were saying Jabari Smith was featured, and Jabari Smith was like, man, talking about Amin Thompson. He's like, man, he's the most athletic player in the league. And Trey's like, well, there's another guy who's just as athletic. And Jabari's like, who? His twin. Like, you know what I'm saying? So it was just funny to me. Like, he was like, oh yeah, well, I guess so. I was like, yeah. So he would be a perfect man.
Oh, man.
If we get him, y'all ain't gonna be able to deal with me. Y'all ain't gonna be able to deal with me. I'm gonna be going crazy. I'm gonna be on one. So
and again, guys, this is something that can happen with a multiple team trade, with just picks, with this money. It's what so like again, we're not gonna say who we want because we can't even decide. I could never. If you told me who to give up, I'd be like, I can't tell you because I love them.
Right. Yeah. I ain't doing that.
But Trajan has what he did with Schroeder. He knows how to work the system. He knows how to do it. So for me, it's just more like it's either him or no one.
That's where I'm at. Either him or no trade.
Yep.
That's where I'm at. So we'll leave it there, guys, without getting too deep. If we have more time next show, we'll talk about it more. With the 2-hour mark, it's midnight. That's why I see Boss. I think Boss set a trap for me and I walked right into it. She knew how I felt about him, so she was like, okay, whatever.
That's your temptation.
All right. We'll leave it there. We'll leave it there, guys. All right. So y'all got the scoop. Check him out. Do your Googles. Check him out for sure. All right, guys. So up next for the Pistons, as we mentioned, is that road trip. So we will talk about that on Thursday night after we play the Dallas Mavericks. We'll be right back here to go over that as well. So that's a wrap for tonight's show, guys. We appreciate you guys showing up, showing out as you guys always do. Make sure y'all get some sleep tonight because I'm about to go do the same thing.
And we're still putting the link if you guys don't want to do a super chat. You can still donate directly to the Holland Foundation. And I will not be here on Thursday. I have a Nuggets game. Aaron Gordon, bobblehead nights. I got to be there.
That's our boo, by the way. She loves her some Aaron Gordon.
The Magic. So I got to go watch the Nuggets and hate watch Bane. You got
all right. Okay, let us know how T-Rex look.
So super chats and just do that. That will also be a thing on Thursday, and I'll see you guys obviously on Saturday for sure.
All right. Well, y'all heard it, man. So that's a wrap for tonight's show, guys. We will see you guys Thursday night. Well, I will see you guys Thursday night post game. We appreciate y'all hanging with us, man. Y'all be safe tonight. And y'all know the drill, man. Detroit versus everybody. Peace.
All the dirty work, all dog. I'ma dive on the floor, go try to block every shot, and I'ma be physical with you the whole game. You know Stu gonna be physical with you. When you think of the Pistons, you think it's just hard work and just gritty basketball. That's just the identity you gotta have when you put on that jersey.
I'm not your average breed of canine. Not a good dog, I'm bad boy for life. I set the tone, don't care about no tick. Let it be known, I get my respect. Come in the lane and see I don't bluff. If you retaliate, that's on ya. Talking pundits, I hear you're ashamed. Talking that shop, you must want this way. If the dog palm, mess around, find out, If the dog palm, mess around, find out, For some barbecue sauce, boy, you better cough a hill, cause I'm like that. When you're ready for some barbecue sauce, boy, you better cough a hill, cause I'm like that. Mess around.